There we go. The mic should be on now. I have no idea why it was off. It wasn't even muted, but apparently that's what happens. So not quite sure what went wrong there. But thank you guys for letting me know that the mic was off because that was really, really odd. Anyway, welcome to the stream, guys. Sorry about the first minute having no sound. Like I said, what we're going to do today is we're going to work on Ajax because, as I mentioned during the last time, I had prepared a Blair build, but it didn't work out because Blair is just so freaking slow compared to even Ajax. So yeah. But that being said, I am going to try out Ajax today and see how he goes. And look, I know he is good, but he is not that fast. I do want to set expectations right. He is still going to be slower than Bunny, but he can be pretty fun. So if you guys are interested in fun, then take a look at what I'm doing and you should be good to go. Arcade tuning pretty much is the same for every character anyway, roughly. There's very little variation. There we go. Okay, the usual goal is set. I'm just going to have TikTok go live as well. Got to ensure that it has sound. Okay, here we go. Okay. All right, everything seems to be completely fine. Grand. Ajax buff, did you check the patch notes last week? You should check the patch notes video for last week because that is better than me trying to explain every single thing. Usually whenever a change occurs, what I will do is I will drop a patch notes video, so I really suggest people watch that. It's not because I want to be lazy, some people will say that to you, but it's actually because it's much easier if you guys actually go and study the patch notes video. Like I said, I make these with comments and everything, and I fully explain everything that goes on. It's the best way to do things. So if you haven't already, please do that, okay?
New subscriber detected.
And Petro, look, as much as you want to help and give information, that's great, but it's better to let people study for themselves because not only are they getting full information about everything that went on in the patch, okay, but they're also getting a better deal than somebody explaining because just what you say, all right, is not true across the board. So sorry about Petro, Bedux, but if you don't mind going to the patch notes video, you'll get a much fuller picture than what Petro is telling you. All right? And Petro, please don't ever do that again. You know the rules of the Robot Nation. As much as you guys want to be helpful to others, and I get it. And hey, Brandon, how's it going? As much as you guys want to be helpful to others and just like, hey, tell them like, you know, hey, this is how it is, you know, I want to give you a quick explanation. You know for a fact that that's not the full situation. Go check the patch notes video and you'll see that what he says is only half the story. So please actually go and check the patch notes video, okay? It's very important that you guys do this. And unless you can give a full answer within the text on YouTube, unless you can literally give the exact same answer that I would give, please do not try and answer on my behalf. There's a very good reason why I direct people to videos. And for all my haters out there that say I do it because I want views on my videos or revenue, like, yo, listen, I really don't give a shit, okay? Quite frankly, I would make more revenue from my streams. But the point in why I do things is so that people get the best possible experience. Customer service is my crucial key. So please do not engage in trying to help others unless you are at the same level of customer service as I am, okay? I want to say that across the board. Glad to hear that you're doing good, Brandon. Well, regardless of how long you've been off, a week, a month, it doesn't matter. Always go to the patch notes videos because they are the best source of information. Listen, Statistic, it's a live chat in the video game, but it's my live chat. I've got my rules, I've got my methods. If you don't like it, there's a door over there, you can just get the hell out. Okay? I'll say it simple. I've got no time to waste on people. We have rules here. This is the Robot Nation. This is not somebody else's chat. This is not somewhere else. So, if you don't like the way I do things, there's a door. Get out. If you want to stay, you obey the rules. Simple. Should you level Enduring Legacy or a beam weapon? You're playing Ines. This is all irrelevant. Have you seen the Ines build, Moth? Because if you haven't seen the Ines build, you might want to check it out. It explains what weapons she should use. Okay? You can use certain weapons for certain activities. For example, the Voltia is very useful in the Void Vessel. But there's no sense in saying, I have to use a beam weapon. I have to use Enduring Legacy. It doesn't really work this way. Alright, Statistic, if you want to be a racist, you can just get the hell out of my chat. Banned, and now you can't watch my content. Good luck to you, sir. This is what happens to people who disobey. Simple. Okay, if you think you have any rights or you have any kind of privilege, no, sorry. Alright? If you come here, you obey my rules, plain and simple. Now, I'm going to get you the video, Moth, so just give me a second. Okay, if you haven't seen the updated build for Ines, there it is. Here's the updated farming build. You should always follow everything in my build video. Never ever deviate from what I put in my build videos. And if you're asking certain questions, it means you haven't seen these videos. Why don't you try what I recommend in my video? Why don't you follow what I recommend in my video? Then after that, you can try anything else and you'll see why people only follow my videos and only the stuff I put in my videos. All right? There's the information you need. Have fun. Watch the video, copy exactly that, then try another video with, you know, whatever, Enduring Legacy or whatever, and you'll see the difference in why I make certain recommendations and why I don't tell people, oh, you can just use this, you can just use that. It's all useless and irrelevant. The best way to do things is to follow the optimized formula that I have for you. So there's everything you need. Enjoy. Everything you need is in the video. Timestamped as well, but I really recommend watching the full video. Don't be that guy that just screenshots and, you know, tries to copy things and then says it doesn't work later. All right, if you watch the full video, yes, my videos are longer than other people, but I promise you it will be worth your time. If you find that it's not worth your time after this, I am so confident in my content that I am more than happy for you to block me or whatever on YouTube if my content is not up to standards. Okay? Hello, Jean, Henrik. As for what's up, I'm literally just gathering some materials because this macro molecule biogel is actually necessary for crystallization catalysts. I just do a couple of runs each day before I go and begin my main content. Now we're going to go and level up Ajax. No problem, Moth. We're here to help. You see? That's why we actually do the work, the research. If you watch the streams, you'll see that we do it all live. That's why I tell people, you can't miss the streams. You want to really see everything in action from A to Z. You want to really get the results. You watch the streams and you learn. That's how we do things here, and that's how we make everything happen. Okay, so back to work on what we started. Like, this is our Ajax build, and we had started some work on it last time. Okay, it's designed for more or less just jumping fast and smacking down, but so far it has worked well, and I do quite enjoy what it offers me. Okay. I think I will use... because none of these are actually based on it. In which case, none of these matter, so I may as well, yeah, okay. Not really, he's only got 10,000 hit points. I'm not building him tanky. When you are leveling, you just want to kill fast, so you won't actually need a lot of tankiness, to be perfectly frank. Well, Sean, we'll see. We have no idea what will happen or will not happen, so I'm just going to take it as it comes, but if you ask me, the nerfs were a bad idea in the first place. They should never have had a situation whereby they were willing to nerf a character just because a bunch of crybabies said so. While I do agree that the nerfs were necessary to an extent, I believe that the terrain nerfs genuinely overdid it, and it was just very silly of them to do that. I'm a very straightforward kind of guy. Okay, I look at something and I say to myself, all right, cool. It is what it is, but at the same time, I really think that they should have understood better what they were trying to achieve, and they didn't. And there you have it. They chose a very wrong pathway. Oops, I accidentally went in, but I wasn't ready yet. Should have swapped over for the MP. That was silly of me. Doesn't matter though. I can just exit and do it again. Sorry. It'll take us a second because I want to get the inversion reinforcer right as well. Oh, and I never tweeted. Whoops. Sorry. Forgot to do that. By the way, is anyone on Xbox? How's the game for you guys? Because last I heard, before the weekend started and I was playing Monster Hunter, I heard that people on Xbox were receiving a lot of disconnects. I just want to know, has that been a problem for you guys? How are things going? Yes, that is among the problems, Demise, but regardless, I don't think they're going to reverse the nerf. If it's still crashing, no issues here on Xbox, Alex? Look, what I will say, Mr. Real Talk, is that, yes, Ajax is better, but again, and this is just for full honesty, because look, I get that everyone's really trying to sell these buffs, and I get it. You know, I get it. Your favorite character might have been buffed. It feels good, but we're all going to. But I'm going to give you a comparison to the actual situation. A lot of these characters, despite their buffs, are still slower than the best farmers in the game. So be aware of that. The buffs did make them slightly better, but you do have to be aware that they're not going to be like super awesome, absolute destroy everything. Okay? Hello, Fluffy Bunny. But yes, Ajax definitely is better, and I'm looking forward to working on him. All right, he is still slower than Keelan, obviously still slower than Bunny and Ines when it comes to farming, but he does present an interesting option. And yes, Craig, that is a known bug and a known issue.
Conditions are unfavorable. Proceed with caution. Over.
As for those that are crashing because they're on Xbox, please keep talking to the devs about it. The more you talk to the devs about it, the better. Because that would be the best way to get shit done. What the? Whoops. Yeah, Xbox is having problems, unfortunately. And yes, I am indeed playing Ajax. I'd always planned on doing so, especially after this buff. Like, he's actually decent. I wouldn't say he's the best, far from it. But he is pretty decent, and he does offer some good stuff.
Initiate defense.
He hits well, but I do have to say that again, please keep in mind, like, look, I get that everyone's happy, but please understand that this, okay, is still nowhere near a lot of the other farmers. Do you see that? Yes, he hits like a truck. And this is not even a fully built up Ajax, which is great. All right, I do have a maxed out reactor. Now, his arcade tuning leaves a lot to be desired. I'm working on that, but despite the fact that he hits like a truck, you guys have to understand that this is simply, okay, catching him up to some other farming characters, and he's still slower. There still needs to be a lot of work done. Okay? It's fun, yes. But remember that my job is not fun. Okay, just remember this. My job is to give you guys the best possible builds and to comment without bias on whether a character is top tier, low tier, or whatever. All right, now I don't do tier lists. I don't use A, B, C, D. I hate that kind of classification. But what I will say is a character efficient or is a character inefficient? And unfortunately, Ajax falls into the slightly inefficient category. That being said, he still is a lot of fun. But even just getting by on pure skill damage, you'll never be able to reach the same levels that other characters can reach. So you must be aware of this. All right? Fun is fun. I have no qualms against fun. But once you're in Sigma Sector high risk, just as an example, right? Or if you run out of MP, yeah, he gets in a bit of a bind. So you need to adjust for this. Just remember that. He is good now. Better. For sure. Okay? But it is by no means that he is the absolute be-all, you know, ultimate perfect dude. No way. And no matter how hard you hit, hitting 2 million, 3 million, it's not going to compete with characters that are critting for millions. You see what I'm saying? Or frequently critting so hard that they rack up millions of damage in an instant. Which Ines still is in that category. FYI. Ines is still the fastest farmer in the game. And no matter what you do, you will always have to be measured against that, Bunny, all that. Freyna, for example, ticks damage so fast that it's just way better. But yes, I am working on what would be considered the best build. And Ajax is good in no content. He still isn't as efficient as other characters. So I hate to say it, but he's not really like super great in any kind of content. That being said, you can still play him because look, it's something different. You know, do you really want to be doing the same thing all day, every day? So facts aside, there's always a fun factor. Colossus damage greater than just firepower? No. Lord Rain, if you want to deal damage to Colossi, just follow the builds that I put out. Whatever I do, you do. Don't worry about anything else because I'm going to tell you you're going to screw yourself over. I'm sure you can't wait to see what I build, George, because you like Ajax. But again, you know, facts are facts. Ajax does suck compared to other characters, but there's a fun factor. Like I said, I will always tell you guys the facts. I don't do anything but factual information. Because no matter how cool your favorite character is, and I dig it, I really do. But no matter how cool your favorite character is, we gotta stick with facts. Charge. Now, granted, I'm only dying because I haven't specialized for Sigma Sector.
Let's go. Charge.
But I'll level him up here because the safest way to get arcade tuning and things like that. Blair better? Nope. Blair is trash. He is worse than Ajax by like 6 times. Ajax might be a slow farmer. Blair is that farms at the pace of freaking evolution. Blair is really bad. As much as people have tried to sell Blair like, oh my god, so great. I tried him out for myself. His farming speed is very slow. Why? Because Blair has a very long casting animation.
Damn it.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, for the player, it doesn't really matter. You guys can play for fun. I can't.
You're next.
Don't forget, my job is to bring accurate information because what's the #1 thing that people are going to ask me? Is this the best? Is that the best? A lot of people, they don't have time when they're playing, so they only are interested in the best. So for me, I've got a completely different perspective. You know? As long as, you know, people, they understand that, they understand the difference in what I do compared to the average, that's fine. For the average gamer, you guys have no responsibilities or obligations. So go ahead and play whatever you want. You want to play for fun, go for it. But for me, my time is all about efficiency because if I've got 3 hours on this game, then I'm going to use those 3 hours efficiently. Of course, I'll still work on whatever. First and foremost, Cobra, Ines has already stopped at stage 24. You're not supposed to use skill damage in the Void Erosion Purge anyway. Void Erosion Purge is supposed to be pure gun play, which the devs have highlighted multiple times. So the only way we'll struggle is if Serena gets adjusted and nerfed, which, you know, will absolutely change the situation. And that is something, speaking of that, I have to readjust a weapon right now. But speaking of that, that is something that we have to worry about later down the line. It's not even a concern right now. It's not even on my mind right now. You know? That's not even something we have to think about or worry about. Well, you can't use those unless you have Colossus already rolled on your weapon, which is why, Lord Ray, nobody ever uses those things. We just use firearm attack. It's much more efficient. Speaking of which, I need to reroll my Malevolent. Haha. These two are fine. These two need to go. I need Chill Attack, Gold, and if possible, Legion Darkness. Yes, indeed, Per Crab. Yes, indeed. Gold roll, but not the one I want. I need my Chill Attack to be gold. I can't stand how long these stupid things go. Any tips? Follow my guides, dude. First and foremost, you can use my Ines build all the way up to stage 24. I've already shown that. After that, my friend, the most important thing for you is to follow my Glay and Last Dagger build. If you don't follow my Glay and Last Dagger build or my Serena build, then you're stuck, JB. Build those two characters, you're good to go. Now, Serena may get nerfed later, so just be aware of that. But the guides for high-level Void Erosion have already been shown multiple times. I've already produced all the guides you need. All you got to do is follow. So instead of asking for tips on stream, you should be following my builds first. Please make sure you do that. Yes, John, I know that. But I want to just chill and do whatever I want to do. So here's the tip link. That should work. You can type it in yourself, you know. !tip and you're good to go. But there you go. Now, listen, John. Never ever tell me anything. Okay? I appreciate it if you don't. You're all good, JB. If I want to deal with the animation, I will deal with the animation. And while I get that some of you guys might want to be helpful,
has arrived.
The one thing you probably shouldn't do is backseat gaming. That's actually one of the things that we have a rule against. Thank you very much for the tip, as always. Appreciate that. There we go. Got what I wanted. I'll be using that in Void Erosion Purge whenever I need to work on that. Okay, I'll add you to the list right away. Give me a second. I have to also copy and paste the listing from somewhere else. But yes, there's one thing that I cannot stand as a streamer no matter what, and that is unsolicited advice or backseat gaming. I know you guys are just trying to be helpful, but please do not ever do that. It's quite a rule that we have across the board. So no matter which game I play, I always ask people, and in fact, it's one of the chat rules, do not backseat. If I require assistance or if I need information, I will ask, all right? Not trying to be rude, but this is the way all streams go, so please respect that. I do want to test out Ezimo at some later time. Maybe not right now, but at a later time, for sure. Sure, enjoy. But as you know, Austin, please do not mention anything related to the leaderboards here. We don't do that, as you know. Leaderboard timing, I'm happy for you, but you know, this is a leaderboard free stream and we all hate leaderboards, so let's not talk about leaderboards. Yeah, you know our rules here. I wasn't referring to the animation, Craig. I was simply referring to how long it takes to actually roll stuff. Roll the stuff you want, I mean. Not the animation. Because it's RNG at the end of the day. Alright, in we go again. As it is, even the unfortunate Monster Hunter leaderboards, despite Capcom's crackdown of the situation. Nah, it's all good, Craig. Like I said, I just like to let people know that there should be no backseating. Because if I do need assistance, I promise you I'll ask. But I try to avoid backseating because sometimes you do that, right? In the wrong situation, it attracts a lot of people to do it as well. And they'll just try and tell you all sorts of shit. Like, you ever seen in Marvel Rivals, like, I'm Celestial, but people will be like, use your ult, use your ult. I'm like, why do I need to do that? I know when to use my ult, bro. If I'm holding it, there's a reason I'm holding it, you know? So, it's usually a bad idea to tell a streamer what to do or why they should be doing it. If we do need assistance, we will ask, or if there's something we genuinely don't know, then I'm more than happy to hear the people out. But we try to avoid backseat because once you do that, it can create problems.
Shields are offline. Stop.
You see, the reason they didn't do that initially, Fluffy, is because basically I think it would have caused a lot of toxicity. It's for the same reason we don't talk about leaderboards here. Because a lot of people like to compare. They like to say like, oh, you know, I'm this, I'm that. It's like, yeah, that's great. But just because you're this and that doesn't mean that others will be. And, you know, once you start to create that compare and contrast, that gives people a reason to be toxic. You know, I know many of us will not use it for that. But it causes problems in a lot of other games. In fact, another game that I was partnered with and worked on for a while, which was Warhammer 40,000 Darktide, they only put in a rudimentary leaderboard because people would use it to be absolutely toxic. Then somebody modded a leaderboard into the game for PC, and people would use it to be toxic, even though it was a modded leaderboard that most people couldn't see anyway. You see, this is kind of the problem. And then there's the problem of inflated statistics. For example, Marvel Rivals is a great example of this. A lot of people say, look at my damage number, look at my damage number, which is fantastic, you know, wow, you're doing so well, you know, I respect that, except for the fact that, despite their damage number being ultra fantastic and great and all that, the big issue is that no matter how much damage they deal, it's not actually effective damage. It's literally just, oh, I did a lot of damage, but I didn't get kills, you know? So how do you tell which statistic is the most important? Some people prioritize this, some people prioritize that. It can get into a whole mess. And plus, it doesn't matter how much damage you deal, there's overkill here in this game. So, for example, okay, and this is no shade, I do want to build Ezimo, but I do want to let you guys know that much like with Viessa, Ezimo suffers from this one little thing. A lot of people will say, oh my god, my Ezimo hits like a truck. Just like a lot of people tell me, Viessa hits billions of damage. Yes, because this game has overkill damage. Meaning that if I hit a character for more than its hit points, my damage numbers are going to look fantastic. Which looks beautiful, except that it's not effective. Again, my bunny can run through dealing less damage, but still be so much faster than a lot of other characters. How can that be the case? Bunny doesn't overkill. Bunny just hits a character for whatever its hit points are, and then moves on, you see? But with Ajax, I might hit a character for 1,000,000, but like I'm only doing it every time I jump, for example, like right now, right? It doesn't mean that I'm always hitting a cool mill. You know, so this creates overkill. And that, in turn, causes people to think that they're doing better than they are. When in reality, they're not. So all these little minor issues cause so many problems. And that's why, like, it's like statistics, I get that they're good, and people would use them, many people, most people, would use them in the correct way. Which is fantastic. But I know a couple that would use them absolutely wrong, and then, then you have an unpleasant gaming experience, unfortunately. And that's always a sad thing. Who knew? I died. Not that I care, but still. Who knew?
Charge! Let's go. Shield.
You didn't know that? Okay, well now you know. That's why, Pinnock, I always test my build solo. You want to test a build? Play only alone. If you're playing with other people, you can't test a build. That's not testing a build. You want to test a build, you test it completely solo, in complete isolation, and you see. how does your build stack up against, like, say, some of the best farmers in the game? That's exactly what I do every single time. I'll take a look at Ajax, for example, and see, okay, so how's this guy ranking up compared to all the other characters in the game? And then you'll be able to see how you're going. Like, if I measure my timing, is it faster with another character? Is it faster with this character? And also, there's different areas where there's different levels of efficiency. For example, Sigma Sector is one of the best examples of this so-called difference in efficiency. Sigma Sector is a great place, right? Where if you complete the objective, and only the objective, you can farm faster than a character that's barreling through and killing everything, which is awesome in its own way. Because, you know, that's freaking cool, right? But these are like the pitfalls and the traps that a lot of people fall into. These are the issues and the problems that a lot of people fall into because they don't realize that, hey, it would seem, oh, there we go. There's the Descendant XP. It would seem to me like, you know, this character's doing so well, but then it's suddenly like you get to a different type of mission and it's not functioning so good. Like, what's the reason? It all boils down to one simple thing. It all boils down to the fact that different areas of the game, different enemy types, different objectives, different ways of meeting those objectives. So you can't just take information from one thing. That's why the fairest way to see farming speed is 400%. Because it's just go in, kill everything, and get to the end. No skips, of course.
This is HQ. Troops are on the ground.
In general, a build that does well solo and is efficient solo, i.e. getting the fastest times, would also get the fastest times in groups, in general.
That aircraft is used to fly through void storms. It must be shot down.
Shields are down. Needs to be recharged. Take this. Reload. I'll stop them. Back away. Out of my way. Reload.
Like right here, I can easily overcome most things. Because that one is one of the specific objectives whereby it doesn't really matter what I do. Just go in there, smash a few heads, and I'm good to go.
Take this. Let's go.
There's nothing wrong with that. If it's what you enjoy, then go for it.
Charge. Out of my way. Let's go.
Of course, 7 minutes and 400% is super bad, dude. Most of, well, it depends on the map though, because some maps, no matter how, what you do, you're always going to be like 5 minutes or 4 minutes or something. So it depends on the map. But in general, 7 minutes is pretty bad. In general. But again, it's very map dependent. For example, on some of the maps, right, I know that, for just as an example, Blair is like 10 minutes because he's so slow. Whereas Bunny or Ines would be like 5 minutes. The enemies are fighting back. I'm just eliminating them before they fight back.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's completely fine, Fluffy. You do whatever you want to do. Well, like I said, you play the way you want to play. The perspective from which I explain things is always from a content creator perspective, and also from the perspective of somebody that is here to provide information. That doesn't necessarily always apply to everybody out there. But yes, hello to everybody. Welcome to the show. Don't forget to like and share the stream. The more you like and share the stream, the better. Also, wow.
You're next.
We've had a completely insane drop in player count today. That's gonna suck. I can see that people have been review bombing this game over the weekend as well. That's not very good. I guess the changes didn't go so well. I mean, despite the fact that people are happy about some of these buffs, I don't know. It doesn't really seem like it's very good. Ah, Kenny, thank you very much for the kind donation, my friend. Let me add you to the list right after this. There's nothing wrong with fun. Just that for me, I have to be efficient. Because that's what people come to me for. There's a lot of people trying to make Lepic work, but as far as I can tell, honestly, he seems to be the same as what I've seen before. I don't see him as being drastically better as a farmer. But I may give him a go again in future, see how that works. No, making Ines less fluid was a terrible decision. That's why I told people last week, look, alright, you guys are all for this change. I hear you. You know, you say that nerfs are good for the game. Okay, let's see what the player count says. Because we all know what I've told people before. You know, and I make no secret about it because it's the truth, right? I said, as soon as the money stops, I stop. Alright, I'm a very straightforward man.
Back away.
As long as there's profits, I'm here. No profits, I'm not here anymore. End of story. You know, I've got no special like conditions or things like that. You know, I'm not some guy that'll say, oh, there must be nerfs in the game or else I'll quit the game. I'm not that sort of person. I don't care about that. For me, it's just customer service all the way.
You're next.
If I can serve my people and I can see the efficiency in serving those people, therefore turning a profit in my business, I stay. When I can no longer turn a profit from my business and, you know, whatever I do is not serving a large amount of people and serving a smaller audience than intended, I leave. You know? I'm all business every day, actually. That's what I do. So when I told people that last week, you know, a lot of people, they were not too happy about that, but I said, look, let's see the numbers. Let's see the numbers at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is, are we going to get more players playing because we buffed the male descendants? We did for like a day or a weekend, but it didn't translate to real gains. Now, in 4 days' time, okay, when Thursday rolls around again, 1 week after the patch, what we need to examine is whether or not there was a truly positive change in the player count, or are we seeing a drop? And if we see a drop, then that's problematic, you know? Well, that's kind of the thing, Pinnock. The fourth skill was never meant to be an alt. It's just meant to be another skill in your kit.
This is Hound Actual, reporting extreme
Well, I'm releasing new tracks every day, so make sure you are subscribed to my YouTube and SoundCloud. Alright? That's where you get releases first. Of course, I'm also on Spotify, all the other places. If you've got a preferred music platform, I'll get you the link. But the early releases before they get turned into albums are all there. So make sure you all tune in there before you, well, to hear the music first. Then, once we gather enough songs, I usually release an album on like Spotify or whatever. I'm working on getting Spotify to release my next album soon. That's what a lot of people say, Fluffy, but I'm gonna tell you right now that that's actually not the case. Path of Exile 2 had that major season update, and so did Monster Hunter Wilds, except that Path of Exile 2's season update crashed and burned. Kind of like our patch as well. So no, player count is actually never influenced by games. People might say it, but the proportion of people that are influenced by games is so minimal that it doesn't really matter. This is what a lot of people have tried to argue to me, and every season I'll say the same thing. Because they'll say, oh, but this game came out, that game came out. And I'll tell them, look, every season, every week, new games are coming out. Next week, there could be a new indie hit that takes away everybody's attention. Does that mean that player count is going to be influenced by that game now? No, that's not the case. People have a choice with their gaming time. For the average person. Let's say they've got 2-3 hours gaming time. They're going to make a choice. What game do I want to play today? And if TFD is fun and they're enjoying it, they'll play it no matter what. Doesn't really matter what game comes out. They'll be sitting here grinding. they only make a decision to go elsewhere, not because if it's another game, but it means that TFD was their second choice. It means that they weren't really having a lot of fun. They're not hooked, you know? If you get somebody hooked to a game, they'll always be playing that game. So this is why I say it doesn't really matter what games come out. Is your audience hooked? Some of them might be. Some of them might not be, you know? Like me, I was busy playing Monster Hunter this weekend. Sure, this update was cool, and I'm enjoying working on all these new builds and things, but hey, I've got friends to keep up with. I've got other, you know, other games that I want to work on, so I'm not all going to spend all my time here, you know? And that's one of the major things that you got to understand. If a game doesn't hook somebody, they won't stick around and play. It doesn't really matter what else comes out. So, as much as I like to say that, hey, you know, other games are having an update right now, so the player base is going there, that's not really the case. And it never is. I've worked on several games that the audience always uses that excuse, you know? But I hate to say it, but on a factual basis, it's just not true. You know, no matter which game I've worked on, it's always been the case. Yeah, and that's completely fine, Fluffy. But that just means that you're not hooked on this game. Because if you're completely hooked on this game, it doesn't matter what your friends say either. You be convincing them to play this game instead. So there you go. Well, Savage Extreme, I already did a video explaining exactly that, but still doesn't matter what people think. For most people, that's not the case. I myself have already explained in a fair and unbiased manner about how Ines feels, but people still aren't happy with the nerf anyway because it was undeserved. It went too far. You know, the facts are it went too far. And the devs, I feel they did a knee-jerk reaction to people whining because they were afraid, like they were like, why is our player count constantly dropping? So they're trying to find an answer right now. So they're trying different things. They said, okay, we said we wouldn't nerf in the past, but everybody every time has been crying for nerfs. Maybe we can try it with Ines. She's strong enough to handle it, right?
Let's go.
So they tried it out, and I don't think it went in their favor at all. Not only did they get review bombed on Steam, their player count isn't looking so hot right now. That being said, we still can't see the truth until about Thursday. And no problem, Kenny. Happy to help. Carlos, please check the patch notes videos from last week. Okay, if you did not see it, then go and check that. As you know, I will not give you the answers here on stream. Why? Because there's no point in me saying the same thing 10,000 times. Okay, I've made a patch notes video. Please check that. I hope it'll help you. Okay, that's how we do things here. Welcome to the Robot Nation. I know some of you come to streams for quick answers, but there's a good reason to actually see it from the videos instead. Not because I want the revenue, but because it's better for your learning experience as well, to be able to see the whole situation rather than getting a half-ass explanation. Okay, so thank you for understanding that. No problem. We release patch notes videos anytime news comes out. And if you're new here, welcome to the best and only honest channel. Exactly, Fluffy. So you're pretty much at the stage that most veterans would be in, which is why these kinds of changes don't really do much. You know, as much as some veterans say it might be healthy for the game, you know, I was telling them all last week, it's not going to help. Whether you nerf Ines or not, you know, it's not going to help. When people are bored, they're going to play whatever other game they want to play, irrespective of what you want for TFD. It doesn't matter. You could make the most sweeping balancing changes and the veterans still would have nothing to do because all veterans can just adapt like that. You've done everything before, right? So you've got all the power at your fingertips. So what is there to work on? You know, there's absolutely nothing to work on. You know, that's why, like, and I find it, you know, it's very interesting because I find it the same, like, across so many different games. You know, I'm not trying to make fun of anyone, but it really is the same no matter which game I play. The veterans will always say, like, oh, you know, it's just that, you know, right now, people are playing other games, but when you really look at it, when you really check the numbers, it's nothing to do with that. You know, game releases come and go, but player count trends, upward or downward, stay irrespective of anything. Well, Carlos, that's how games like this are. If you are not in love with the grind, if you don't find a purpose for yourself, you'll get bored and stop playing. Especially when a big whirlwind like what happened recently comes by, you know. As much as you know, people might want to try out Ajax, like, you can, like, for those of you who are experienced with the game, you're gonna feel a difference in speed.
Reporting extreme concentrations of void
Other than
energy
the
within the
Ajax
operation
mains
zone.
who played Ajax
All
before,
units, please
they're not
proceed
going to
to
see
your
a lot
own
of value in
discretion.
this, and they were
Do
already
not
playing the game.
exceed your limits.
Those people would have played the game almost no matter what. A couple might come back, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really do much. And again, I hate saying it, but these are facts. Facts cannot change anything.
You're next.
Sorry, Aku, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Deploy max barrier.
But anyway, this is just the reality that people have to live with. If you don't find a purpose for yourself, if you don't find something that you want to do, you'll get bored very quickly.
Let's go.
That is what I said before, Fluffy. And that is exactly what I've said multiple times. Why are they worrying about balance? It's a PvE game. Nobody cares. Balance this, balance that. What's the end game here? Do we have PvP? No, we don't. And we should not have PvP in this game anyway. Instead of the devs worrying about this, that, the other, or some dipshit nerd threatening to quit. Like, who cares if some content creator threatens to quit? Who cares if any content creator quits? Does the game even need content creators? Most of you will say no. Because quite frankly, we're an extra.
Take this.
You might say, wait, isn't that your way of making a living? Yeah, but we're an extra. Let's not lie here. A content creator is no more than an additional source of information, a reference. Doesn't mean that they're the be-all and end-all, as much as I might prefer to be the wise old man of the mountain. All right, I'm no Al Mualim here.
You're next.
I'm just some guy that says, okay, let's spend all my time nerding out in this game and let me figure out the best way to tell people how to nerd out in this game. That's all a content creator is. So, we are extras. Therefore, it shouldn't matter what people say. What the devs need to do is they need to get their own vision together. They need to get their own shit together. They need to say, okay, our vision for this game is this. Let's stick to it and let's focus on the content. Story and content. When they finally added to the story, they had a 3 times jump in player base. We went from 7,000 peak to 21,000 peak, all because of Daya's storyline that was over in an hour. And guess what? We held those numbers for 2 solid weeks. 2 solid weeks. That means that what people are here for is storyline. Once that dries up, people ain't here anymore.
Stop.
Well, Quan, that's a you problem. I always say focus on one thing and just do that one thing well.
Let's go.
Oh, I have no doubt, Fluffy. I mean, literally, I make a living off that. But at the end of the day, no matter what people say, content creators are extra. And a good content creator makes the game much more interesting, of course. But content creators are also a double-edged sword. Think about it this way. If I ever quit this game, how many people do you think will quit with me? And I'm not talking about the people that talk in my chat. I'm talking about the silent people that watch the videos and rely on those videos. They'll just stop playing because they're like, look, I could get the information from elsewhere, but once you start looking at other people's, then you start comparing. And you start saying, I don't get the same level of customer service. And some people will be dancing on my grave saying, hey, there's the guy that tells off his own chat, you know, all the time. What an asshole. You know, I'm so glad he's gone. And then they'll see the player numbers drop and drop and drop and drop and drop and drop and drop. They're like, wait, that asshole left. How come the player numbers are dropping? Because no matter how bad or good a content creator is, they'll always have their community. They always have their fans, their friends. And when they leave, they'll take those with them. So content creators, always a double-edged sword. And when you find that your game is starting to rely only on them, you better start scrambling to either keep them invested or, yeah, there's going to be a problem.
Stop.
Some games luck out. They hook that one guy that will never leave no matter what. And so through that, they can cultivate a semi-stable player base, which is nice for them. But most of the time, it doesn't go that well. And hello, Gandalf. How you going?
Offline. Damn it. Charge.
Well, that's fair.
Go now.
In which case, I'd say you're one of the more independent people.
Mission complete. Transport inbound. See you soon.
But not everyone is like that. And unfortunately, humans are always easily influenced. And they always will be. No matter how much we try and change that. Such is life. Such is people. Such is humans. You know what? I'm gonna play some of my music farm. You know, I was gonna get bored. If you guys haven't heard any of my tracks yet, then you might want to, alright? Starting with my latest and greatest. I'm starting work on my new album, Drowning in My Skin. Oh, it's
This
good.
is HQ. Troops are on the ground. Transport is on standby. Best of luck, Lieutenant.
If you want it at full volume, please head on over to my SoundCloud, YouTube, wherever. Is that Arcane coughing in the background?
Specialized bonus aircraft has stopped to resupply. It's defensive.
What up, nerd?
Shoot it down.
How was work, my friend? Good?
Exhausted.
Understandable.
Be recharged.
I don't want to lose you. I'm drowning. I don't want to lose you. It's all too familiar. I know how this ends. I'm dying to know what it's like. Nah, I'm not the vocalist. Some people said this voice sounds like me, but no, it's an AI. I don't think he sounds like me at all. I make AI generated music, but it gives me the freedom to make a lot of stuff, so I really enjoy it. But yeah, I'm not the vocalist. Nah, I don't play any instruments, man. I'm actually a rapper, but I got into AI music recently and it's been going really well. If anyone's interested, if you want to hear all the early releases, you'll find them there. It's going good, Big J. Can't really complain.
Go. Get it down. Need to be recharged.
Although I haven't worked on my rap music in a long time. Production time is too long compared to AI music. So much easier making AI. A lot more fun too. I can experiment with so many sounds.
Inside a vault structure.
Well, Silver Kitsune, take a rest, my friend. Especially if you've been having a wisdom tooth removed. That's a pretty major thing. Oh, I love AI music. Like, I know that traditional musicians, well, some are against me, but I've also had traditional musicians, you know, praise my AI content because, like I said, we don't make slop here. I actually work on each track. I do some sound edits here and there, you know, do a lot of extra stuff in the background to make it worth your time. Well, what the hell song is that? That's not my music. That's not my music. What the Okay, you know what? I think I might just play it directly from my YouTube channel. SoundCloud gets weird sometimes. I'm going back to my YouTube channel instead. My YouTube channel won't go wrong with the tracks. Lol, SoundCloud. I swear to God.
Lol.
It does do some weird shit sometimes, but hey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can use any of my music if you want. you can't really copyright AI stuff. So just make sure you're giving credits and that it's like if you're not using it for a commercial purpose plays, it's okay. If you want to use it commercially, you have to negotiate a contract with me.
Let's go.
So as long as you're not using it for a monetized commercial project, you can use it wherever.
Shield offline. Let's go.
Yeah, it can be fun.
Back away. Charge.
No idea, Babuja. I can check the, I'll check the official Discord for you guys in a little while. I haven't heard anything about a patch, I'll be honest with you. Yep. Grinderella. It's a nice song.
Go.
Captain Elliot, deploying Arcade. I am the original.
Let's go.
Voices are sometimes hit or miss, I understand. At the very least, the next few tracks that are coming are all male, so you'll be able to pick and choose over time. My first EP was mostly male, but my recent one, which I'm working on getting released, is almost exclusively female. But yeah, sometimes voices are hit or miss. Some people like them, some people don't.
Charge.
Like, I find this voice very nice, but you know, may not always be the case for some people, which I accept.
Oh my. Extraction from operation zone initiated. Good work, Descendant.
Sorry, couldn't understand that, Arcane.
Do you have a slot open for Sigma Sector?
Yes, I do. I'm just running around, honestly, so it should be alright. Do I need more cooldowns? No, I don't. Let's go with that should work just fine. Okay, let's see what's next on the list then. I see that George is also on. Oh, I have to update my game. All right, so there is a patch. Hold on. Let me go update.
I forgot to say that.
Okay, I'll go update my game. Let me just check for you guys. Let's see. Okay, there is one 1.2.13b. Well, JB, I do a lot of editing and a lot of prep work. So yes, a lot of AI music will not sound clean if they just literally what they do is they just throw it out and off you go. That's it. Like, you know, they just generate it once. That's it. But sometimes, like, if it doesn't work out well, I'll regenerate it, do editing if I have to, because I do understand sound work from the fact that I was doing rapping before and working on my own tracks anyway. Still wasn't very good in the past, but at least that experience helps me. So now all I do is I take the bass, like it's really good. Like sometimes I want to boost the bass or whatever, I'll just do that. So Xbox patch to stop Albion crashing. Good. Hopefully this helps out people. You finally got focus on chill, bruh. Super new. All right. Well, let's carry on.
I can confirm I am in game.
Yeah, good. And we can finally hear you too, George.
Yep.
Hello, George. How are you?
Doing alright.
Okay.
Good.
I'm just gonna replay my song.
In depths of night, she longs to ride.
That's pretty much how it goes, Silver. You gotta put in the effort.
Haunting calm under stormy skies, with scales of silver, heart of fire. She sold her soul to dark desire. Oh, the tides of fate now hold her down. Under the moon and shadows cast a tale of love forever lost. With every wave her sorrow swells, and death's below where darkness dwells. The sea
Yeah,
leaves and
I've heard those types of songs, JB, which is why I can understand why a lot of people are against, you know, AI music sometimes. A lot of people just put out the garbage. Now, I mean, you know me. I never do that.
voice a tragic song.
Okay, off we go then. Back to Sigma Sector.
Depths where hearts belong, but beauty fades, and patience wears thin. Under the moon and shadows cast a tale of love forever lost. With every wave the sorrow swells, and death's below where darkness dwells.
All right, back at it.
Mermaid's wish, forever doomed in the depths of
I need to
the
get Ajax's
sea.
arcade tuning up
Sorrow
for a while at least. Fair enough, Silver. And Night Saber, Nexon didn't have PTS. I have no idea what that means. Oh, player test server? I'm not so sure, man. I don't think they do.
This is Hound Actual to all personnel. Void storm is intensifying. Conditions are unfavorable. Proceed with caution. Over.
You're next. Let's go.
ivory whispers,
Back away.
lost in shadow fade.
Shields are offline.
We'll speak of destiny.
You're next.
Echoes of love, whispers of pain.
Down.
The apple
Let's
gleams
go.
with
Yeah,
dark
play a test server.
Down. Recharge.
I think they have a group of players that they use as a player test. They had that in the past, but I'm not so sure right now what they do.
Snowflakes
Although they don't have a player test server, I do think they test, but just not sure. I'm just not sure how deep their testing goes.
Descendant, enemy troops are being transferred in large numbers.
No chance.
Fun fact is that I caught my mom playing some of my music the other day. It was nice. I'm like, hey, that's my song.
7 hearts away her slumber.
Back away. Let's go.
Trust entwined
Shields
thorns
are
of
down. Need to be
green.
recharged.
Jump, 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 jump.
In twilight's grasp,
Jump.
they
Let's go.
seek a wonder.
I'm literally just playing Super Mario over here.
A song of hope, a silent need. A kiss of life, a breath unchained. Away from dreams we're lost.
Shields offline.
Nah, this is a bunny Ajax, alright? He'd have electricity coming out of everywhere. I'm okay. That's why I'm throwing on my music so I get less bored. I don't know, I kind of feel that the jump smash kind of suits him. You know, he's an old man, he's got no time for people's crap. Oh my god, yes, Elite Barbarians. Hey, Elite Barbarians were fun, man, in the old school Diablo. Maybe they did like it, you know? I mean, I know for a fact that somebody clearly, you know, be loving Warhammer 40k, especially with Serena. Okay, there's no doubt that she's literally a sister of battle. Just like the Sisters of Battle. Let me see, which track should I play next? I'll play some of the older tracks. The sea shantier ones.
I didn't want to meet you like this.
As the time
Get ready.
rolling, I hear their laughter.
Let's go.
Echoes of men who sailed here ever after.
Charge. Reload.
With every wave, the faces fade away. Forever lost in the depths of yesterday. Oh, the sea's cruel hand takes what it wants. Oh, the sea, she whispers back their sighs. In the
No problem, Silver Kitsune.
I hear the soft goodbyes. Every ripple carries a story untold.
Carbot.
Friends are lost, their spirits untamed and bold.
But enjoy yourself, Silver Kitsune. How do you level up your RK, Branson? Sigma Sector, dude. It's one of the best ways. Well, there's various activities, but Sigma Sector is probably one of the best.
Ship dreams of glory, the tales of long ago. Yet one by
Action to
one
HQ.
they fell to the night.
Requesting transport support.
Leaving
I rarely read books these days, to be honest. I read mostly comics. See you later, Per Crab, my friend. I hope you have a good day at work today. You gotta do Sigma Sector, dude. High-risk Sigma Sector operations, Branson. See what I'm doing right now? This is how you level up your RK tuning. You know what Sigma Sector is, right? If you don't know Branson, yeah, you're not ready for RK tuning.
Troops are on the ground. Transport is up. Stand by position. Rest of luck.
You're most welcome, Branson. We're here to help. Anyway, like I've said, I'll be making more kinds of music, so eventually I think everybody will find certain albums to their taste, certain things that they will like, certain things they won't like. So don't worry if you don't have stuff that you like from me right now. I can guarantee more stuff is coming that you may eventually like. Branson, you're in the best and only honest channel, so we're here to help. I do have an archive of over 200 videos. You can browse through that in your spare time. That'll get you caught up and also teach you a lot of stuff. So, yeah. There's a lot to catch up on. But try not to miss the patch notes. The patch notes videos are the most important because they detail changes, and I go through them in detail. I will actually read everything in there for you and occasionally give my thoughts and comments where necessary. Yes, you also get 8k RK points daily in the Sigma Sector high-risk operations, so it can be pretty useful. I'm going to do a mix of 400% as well as Sigma Sector, so like what I'm going to do is I'm going to Sigma Sector up to about level 30, and once I hit level 30, I'll hit some 400%, since 2 of them should be good enough. You know, a little bit of Goomba stomping, and that should be all good. Let's see.
Shields are down. They need to be recharged. Let's go.
On the waves I roam beneath the starry skies. A sailor's heart beats with hope that never dies. Each night I call her name in the moon's embrace, but the tides pull her away from this lonely place. Oh,
thank you for that, Branson, but please never mention that game here if you don't mind. Alright, we actually forbid all mention of that game here. You'll be restricted from chatting for 10 seconds, but that's just something I have to do. Why do we not allow any conversation about Dauntless? It's because they are, unfortunately, look, they've got a racist development team, racist community. They are the worst people on the planet. So due to that, we forbid all mention of that game here, if you don't mind. So please never mention that. Pretend I never played it, okay? Thank you. I just don't want them to be related to me. Well, listen, Major Damage, it's okay if you feel that way. I mean, I'm still having a good time with my community, but if you find that this game's dead, you don't want to play it, that's totally cool, man.
Through storms and tempests, I search the endless blue. With memories of the laughter that once held so true. But the horizon's cool. It keeps her just out of sight. A ghost of the deep in the dark.
Thanks, Branson. I appreciate that.
Needs to be recharged.
Not really, so 6. They're okay. No, I do not, RL Spark. If you want to connect with other people playing TFD, the best place is the official TFD Discord. My Discord is a private Discord. It's only for my top supporters to join me in there because we treat each other like family. It's a family space. And the people that are in there are people that are genuinely very loyal. They've followed me across a lot of different games. They're awesome individuals. So, yeah, it's a pretty exclusive club. Why do we keep it exclusive? This way, we don't engage in drama. We're drama-free, we have a lot of fun, and it's a very nice way of keeping things clean. So I hope you can understand that, and I hope you don't mind, because, yeah, we don't just let anybody in. Well, it's all my own music, so 6. This is all my own tunes, my own songs. You'll be able to find it on my YouTube music channel. Here's a link for you on TikTok. All my new music gets released there. You can also find me on SoundCloud under RealAsianRobot. For anyone on YouTube that's interested, here you go. No problem at all, RL. I am very, very happy to let you know, because at the end of the day, look, I get it. You know, and people have tried to paint me in a bad light. I'll put the game's original music back on now. You know, I do like advertising my songs, but I don't like to put it on too much. But anyway, as much as I appreciate, you know, people wanting to join my Discord and things like that, back 3 years ago, we had an open Discord situation, and all it resulted in was drama. People was getting in fights with each other. You know, there would be one lady, and she was hoeing about to like 6 dudes in there. It was bad. So, I shut it all down. I kept my Discord closed, and then over time, we've built and curated a community of people that we feel are the most trustworthy. The easiest way to get membership is just be a high tier channel member, or if you've supported the stream with lots of donations and stuff, then you'll get in there. But these are the basic ways of getting in. There are other ways to get in, but look, at the end of the day, we just want to see that you're the most loyal individual. If you're down for me and nobody else, then, you know, then you're going to be part of the club. If you've got split loyalties or you're still shopping around, well, you won't be part of the club, you know, plain and simple. So I like to keep it very simple like that, and it's worked for us. It's worked so well. You know, people thought that my stream would never grow because I had a closed Discord, but honestly, it's what has brought me the best growth. And the people that I meet along the way are just amazing as well. You know, I'm grateful to them, very grateful. Kyle already has a build. I just have to get his arcade tuning done up, but I'm just so lazy to work on his arcade tuning. I'm gonna work on Ajax first, because Ajax I haven't built. And quite frankly, Ajax is a lot of fun. And I know a lot of people want him, so yeah. Yeah, my old Kyle build still exists, but I don't want to republish it just yet. However, I am probably going to republish the headbutt build once I have a chance to try it out a bit more. And Panda Gaming, I'm sorry, I can't advise you on that because I would not use Ajax for that. The only thing I can advise you is choose a weapon that's appropriate for the content you're doing. If you need rapid fire, then you might want to look into Albion Cavalry Gun. There's Malevolent. There's a lot of good weapons out there. I've posted some weapon builds. You might want to check them out. But other than that, I'm sorry. There's no real advice because in the past, like, I would have just said, oh, use Enduring Legacy. But now it's very different. You got to use the right weapon for the right content. You got to have the right elements in there. It's tough to just name one. So I would say you pretty much want to build all the weapons that other characters are using as well, like Secret Garden. You probably want to build up Malevolent. You probably want to build up Albion Cavalry Gun, some Restored Relic, all that kind of stuff. Because a lot of people forget about it, but Ajax, fun fact, actually does he actually does buff explosive attack power as well, which is kind of a thing. So yeah, there's that.
You're next.
Let's pump it up.
Let's go.
Whee!
Back away.
Enjoy yourself.
Monkey. Monkey mode.
Let's go.
Monkey.
Charge.
Feel the rhythm.
What if I don't want to feel the rhythm, Luna? What then? I refuse your rhythm. Yeah, Arcane is using Luna. And by the way, thank you for the super chat earlier. Valby doesn't really need buffs. They were using Valby as a standard for mobbing, which is why a lot of these guys still suck. I mean, look, Valby's cool, but she ain't no Ines. All right, I need to see Val become Ines. Then I will say, okay, Valby's ready. But I do also want to play Valby.
Let's go.
Unfortunately, I don't think Ajax will do well as a weapons-based guy. I'm gonna be honest with you about that. I don't think he'll do well as a weapons-based guy, okay? I just want to be honest. But, you know, I plan on just making a farming skill-based build for him just for people to have fun with. A weapon build? Probably not. And a tanking build? Probably not either because it's not really necessary for the current content. So, ooh. I'm just gonna abandon don't bother with me. Because it's easier.
Get ready.
Well, RL Spark, look, I mean, I've already said it. If you really want to get in the community, then It just comes down to how much do you support me in my stream. And if you're the type that, like, you know, goes around team to team, clan to clan, just saying, I just want to be upfront about this. You may not be the right fit for the Robot Nation, because like I said, here it's all loyalty, family, respect. There's no such thing as split loyalties and things like that. If you're Robot Nation, you're only Robot Nation, nothing else. So do consider that and think about whether or not you really want to be a part of this community, because not only does it require dedication and support, i.e. support means you got to be on one of the top leaderboards, top tipper, top super chatter, or just a top tier channel member, whichever one works. But that is one of the requirements. So I do want to just be upfront about that. If that's not for you, then, you know, definitely check out the official Discord, because it's free. It's not going to cost you a thing in the official Discord, and you might be able to find people that are, you know, you can get along with, that you can game with. So yeah, give it a go. I don't know if it'd be good, because I'm not in there. Like I said, I curate and create my own communities and games, but you can give that a go. See if it works out for you.
Operation zone initiated. Good work, Descendant. Let's pump it up.
Okay, again. Let's see, I'm level 25. Yep, like I said, for me, the only ones that ever get to join me are those that are genuinely top tier support. Some people aren't happy with that rule, but look, I tell them at the end of the day, this is business, and I'm here only to, and if people want to run with me, then they got to be down with that business. So if they aren't, then can't help them, you know? Well, Hova Casanova, I only have one rule. The game's still making me money, so I still play. Boredom, fun, none of this factors. I'm here for the people. I'm here to serve the people. That's all. I don't have to have fun.
This is HQ. Troops
Fun
are on the
is for
ground.
my viewers to have.
Transport
Not
is
me.
en route to standby position. Best of luck, Descendants.
So my question to you is that if you're bored with the game, then why are you watching me?
You must attack their point
Wouldn't it be
of
even
origin.
more boring to watch a game that you're bored with? Unless you're gonna get your sick jollies in some other way, in which case, nothing I can do for you, pal. Why shouldn't I be honest? Panda Gaming, you'll have to wait till the build video is out. You know I'm not gonna tell you early. You know that. Not my style, okay? You're gonna have to be patient and wait like everybody else. Once I've figured things out, then I'll tell you. Well, the game is not gonna get any better if you are just dour and negative about it. So honestly, Hova, if you ever feel bored, the best thing to do is not vent, because that's just spreading misery around. If you're genuinely bored, play a different game. Monster Hunter Wilds is fantastic. I play it all the time. I'm mastering the gun lance right now. Might even have a lance video out for you guys today. You know, I play a lot of things. So that's what I think you should do, in my personal opinion. If you're bored, you know, don't comment that you're bored. Just play something else. Well, thank you for enjoying my content. But, you know, like I said, I hope you'll respect the people that are enjoying this game. So please don't bother bringing them down, alright? How am I liking the nerfs and buffs, Brian? Man, I think the nerf was a big mistake. The buffs also aren't that great. They're cool, but they don't make any character top tier. So, quite frankly, it's just a bit of extra fun for people. But if I'm perfectly honest, it has changed nothing about most characters. Except that now Kyle can headbutt people, which is pretty awesome. You know, but it hasn't really changed much for any other character out there. I know that many content creators are desperate trying to show you their rehash builds, but realistically speaking, if you want my honest opinion, everything's pretty much the same. Fastest character is still an S for farming. So, meh. Do I play Warframe? Nope. And if you're here at my stream asking me about a different game, sorry, pal, it's not going to help you. This is TikTok man. Please enjoy TFD. Else, I may have to ask you to leave. And for anyone on TikTok that's worried about my viewership, don't worry. I've got over 100 people on YouTube. I'm not concerned. Well, Chris you will actually notice the nerf if you're in depth with the character, I guess, because that's why a lot of people flip the table. I mean, some people are more adaptable than others. I don't deny that. For me, I don't care. I can adapt to anything. But speaking purely objectively, I feel that the nerf made her clunkier to use for the average player. and I feel that it wasn't a good move. Honest to God, I can see why people are upset. Yeah, that's completely fine. If this is not your game, then, well, it's not your game, right?
Back away. Charge.
Yes and no, Night Saber. I only agree to that to an extent because even if you find the right Descendant for yourself, playing the same Descendant over and over is going to get boring. It's kind of like in Monster Hunter Wilds. I don't want to play dual blades all day, every day. You know, as cool as they are, I like to sometimes change it up, you know? Like, I like to play the Lance. The Lance is cool. You know, so you can't just play one thing all the time. Like Linkin Park says, you know, it starts with one thing. Okay? I don't know why. Sometimes it doesn't even matter how hard you try. Arcane, are you gonna kill next bet?
I ran out of mana.
I like bullying Arcane about his damage. Don't worry, don't worry. Daddy Ajax is here to take care of it. LOL, he died. Nerd!
I didn't call that.
Shields are down.
Hey, crawling. You're crawling too, noob. There you go. Gotcha. Oh no, I died too.
Lol.
That's why I died saving you. That's all good. I'm gonna kill that bet first. Whee!
What the hell?
I need to be healed.
Get these weird little stutters. Screw it.
No chance.
Time for you to record a video, send to dev, and explain your hardware and situation. By the way, those on Xbox, you guys still having disconnects and whatnot, or is it better now? Please tell me in chat if it is or isn't, because, you know, I know you guys are having those problems before. I'd like to know more. Like Starship Troopers. Character level farm is the same as always, just go into the Special Operation Defense mission. If you just want pure character levels, that's the fastest way to go. But if you need arcade tuning, you're gonna have to do Sigma Sector. You got no choice, so I like to do a mix. I like to do Sigma Sector up to about level 30, then I'll probably hit the 400%.
Reload. Damn. Shield. We cannot back down.
No. They do indeed.
Shields are down. They need to be recharged. Shield.
Thank you.
Mission complete. Transport inbound. See you soon.
Soon to get the range. Oh my god, 29. Okay, let me head back to Albion. I'm just gonna do two 400%. I think so. Get smart. Hop on and try it. Any special operation defense mission, Branson, is the best to level your character. Hey, Lawbreaker. Good to see you, my dear friend. How's it going? No problem. Good morning to you too, pal. Okay, let's go see what's on the menu for 400%. Just gotta get through it. Slumber Valley or the Asylum? Asylum should be fine. Doing all right. You know me. Can't complain. Well, I'm glad it's working for you, Galen. Good job.
Are you ready?
Get ready. Shields are offline. Stop.
Yeah, give it a go, Octane, if that's what you want to do. Have fun, it's free anyway.
Let's go. Shields are offline. Stop.
The update did not make her faster. She is slightly stronger with electric condense, but there are no other differences for Bunny. So I just want to be factual about that.
You're next.
But you have fun with your build.
Let's pump it up.
Yeah.
I will update my Bunny build for those that want the most efficient and best build later this week. Sharon was never good, Octane. The best character builds are all on my channel, just follow those and you'll be fine. You can choose not to follow those and do your own, but you'll always be worse than pretty much everybody else out there. It's your choice at the end of the day. I make the most efficient builds for the average player. In general, my builds are designed to just do whatever. Anything.
No chance.
But you have to decide for yourself. Some people prefer to make their own builds. You have to choose what you want to do. Some folks, they'll just prefer to make their own because like they prefer their own style. Works good for them, and that's fine. For me, I just do the most efficient for the average player with minimal effort.
Loading.
That being said, it will still if you want specialized builds, then that's another different matter. Some people out there, they make specialized builds that are like, okay, it only does this one particular activity, but does it really well, you know? Something like that. So you just have to make a choice in who to follow and what you want to do.
Load. You're next.
There's no problem in following my builds. Just make sure that, credit where credit's due. If some people, the one thing that I can't stand is when a person uses my build, but says it's their build. I'm like, yeah, no, you know where you got it. Let's just be honest here. No, ladies and gents. Hate those kinds of people. If you use my build, just say you use my build. You know, give credit. You want to try and claim it as your own, that's fine. But just know that things will get unpleasant very quickly. Haley material at most takes 6 days, but there are other ways to get Haley. If you look at a video called Haley's Drop Rate Explained, I think it's on my channel. It explains where you can get Haley's materials in addition to the daily invasions. So realistically, most people can get her within 2 to 3 days. It's not very long to farm Haley. But you do have to play you do have to have a farming character ready for these types of missions. If you get a farming character ready for these types of missions, it's very easy to get Haley. That's basically the thing.
Shields are down. They need to be recharged. Shields are offline. Take this.
Yep. Using mine is probably the best way because, like I said, it's the most efficient. It's not focused on the highest damage. It's focused on the highest efficiency. There are some speed farming builds that are slightly faster than mine, and I mean slightly faster. But most of them is based on technique, and they'll have some differences from mine anyway, so. Oh, I didn't visit ETA 0. Whoops. Almost forgot about that. And I have to get rid of modules. But after that, we'll run it again. I should be able to hit 40 in about 2 runs. Then we'll go back to Sigma Sector and get your arcade tuning for Luna. Not at all, Striker. They've reduced a lot of grind. You can hop on and give it a go if you want to. Good thing I remembered. So busy about Monster Hunter this week and I haven't visited ETA. Well, Sharon does have some interesting stuff coming. I do actually want to try her overcharged edge build, but I'll see how that goes later on. Well, if you don't have a farming character, then you should have Ultimate Bunny. Why didn't you get Ultimate Bunny first? Anybody that watches me knows that the first thing you're supposed to do in this game is go farm Ultimate Bunny. If you did not farm Ultimate Bunny, why didn't you? It's not like I don't tell people straight to their face that, hey, you know what you should do? You should farm Ultimate Bunny first. It'll be a really good idea if you do that. You know? I always tell people that because it's important. If you don't do that, you're the one that's gonna miss out. Not me, not anybody else. 'Tis you. Well, that's a shame, Octane. Maybe this time you will. Like I said, follow my builds, follow my methodology, you won't go wrong. I do have to say though, Ultimate Bunny, like just for the sake of staying factual, Ultimate Bunny cannot do it all, but she is still one of the easiest farmers to obtain. And once you have her, obtaining everything else gets a whole lot easier too. So that's where a lot of people get their value. Well, get started on her. Everybody always starts first with Ultimate Bunny. Nothing else. Do not waste time with anything else. If you waste time with other stuff, then when push comes to shove, you're not going to have a great time. Choice is yours, but that is what I would do. Okay, back in we go, Arcane. Time to get me some levels. Once it's at 40, hit another catalyst, then back to the future. I would still recommend getting the skins out of the box, but hey, it's everybody's personal choice, right? Sure, Octane, have fun. On Striker X, nothing wrong with Monster Hunter Wilds, I just can't stream it on TikTok. So if you want to see my Monster Hunter Wild stuff, you have to visit my YouTube. I've been playing a lot of that too. This weekend was pretty fun. Currently mastering the Gun Lance.
You're next. Shields are down. They need to be recharged.
Hey, you can go on Blair Week, but you're going to be extremely disappointed, Sniper Wolf. Like I said, it's way better if you work on Bunny first. Your choice at the end of the day, but like I said, your life is going to be a lot slower. Because Blair, no matter how you try and build him, and no matter what builds people try and sell you, he is 3 times slower than Bunny. No matter what people claim, like their build's so good, they can try. I could outrun them instantaneously. People can get whatever they want first, but like I said, you know, Striker, it's everybody's personal choice. You can choose to be efficient, or you can choose not to be. You know, how you have fun, hey man, that's up to you. I'm just here to tell people what's efficient. Oh, the Blair Weekly thing, yeah. The weekly login thing changed. Actually, wait, didn't it change? Sorry, you're right about that. Yeah, the weekly login is now this. I don't believe the Bunny one is still available. I could be wrong on that, because mine only says Blair. Freyna's a good choice as well, but she's not as fast as Bunny. She's about 20 seconds slower than Bunny. Still a good choice, but you do have to think about it.
Get a real feel for it.
Yeah, it was about a month ago. Well, Serena is kind of the so-called flyer. She's literally a sister of battle, so she can fly pretty well. Oh, well, there you go. Fluffy Bunny says it's still available. So as long as, you know, you're still logging in and you haven't claimed your Bunny box yet, it's still available. There you go.
Let's go.
Yeah, there's a new login thing with Ultimate Bunny again, because she is literally the first and most important farmer in the game. Ah, there you go, Fluff. Thanks for sharing the information. So anyone that didn't get Bunny yet, now's your chance.
Having fun?
Out of my way. I do like the way Ajax just smacks stuff, though. Looks so cool. Absolutely, Striker. I'll be playing tomorrow morning. Gonna be playing my Goon Lance. Or my Lance. I don't know. I haven't decided which. But if it's Goon Lance, then I'll be using that. Oh, I love it. Wyvern Stakes. I'm slowly getting better with the combos. I mean, slow as ass, but once you get the damage rolling, oh, I gotta tell you, the Gun Lance is so good. Loving it. I think you gotta give it another go, Arcane. Like, once you get the combos right. It takes a while. But once you do, oh my god, the damage is insane. It's blasting through everything.
Wait, for which one?
Gun Lance. The damage is very, very high. The combos are ass, but once you get them right, you know, deal a lot of damage. I've been trying to solo and get it right. It's taken a while, but, you know, it's pretty good. You haven't played this game since Haley came out? That's fine. Your choice if you want to get back into it. It's a decent game. I would say if you're the type to get burned out by grind, then take breaks. Whack! Haha! 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 Okay, there we go. Yeah, Gun Lance is insane on the DPS, dude. It's just like blowing through everything. Love it. I'm slowly mastering weapons one by one, Striker. I want to master them all. So far, I've only put out my bow tutorial, but I'm going to put out the Lance tutorial. The Lance just speaks to my soul. It's so easy to use. I love it, and I love punishing everybody. I was getting like 2 minutes on the Chatacabra with the Lance, so it's really nice. And of course, no cheating, because my trial runs are all fun. Forgot to dismantle module. Sorry, Arcane. 1 second. And we can go back Sigma Sector anyway.
If all modules were the same, I'd be out of a job, right?
Actually, I should do the same.
Yes. Dismantle your stoof. Well, that is true, Panda Gaming. You know, with Freyna's mobbing, you can just spit and relax. A very nice, Sniper Wolf. Congrats on getting a good reactor for Freyna. Okay, when you're ready, Arcane, you let me know. We'll head back to the Sogma sector.
Yes, give me just a second.
Time your take. Who's my top 3 characters? I do not really have a top 3, if I'm perfectly honest with you. I just use whatever's most efficient. So I would say you can observe my streams, see what I play for certain activities, and use them. That being said, I will tell you one thing. Ultimate Bunny, first character you should probably get. Then you'll probably want somebody like Serena. Serena's a good choice. Alright, she is the Serena. Serena of the Lalabarina. And then after you get Serena, you might want to actually get Ines. Ines is still one of the best farmers in the game. Bit clunky to use, but she's pretty strong. So if I have to make 3 recommendations, Ultimate Bunny, Ines, Serena. That's pretty meta. After that, you'll probably want Glay. Glay works well with a lot of weapons.
Right.
Hello.
Good.
Okay, no problem, Arcane. Denise, aka Jackal. So should I call you Denise or should I call you Jack? I'll just call you Jackal. How you doing, Jackal? Where's Hyde? Welcome to the stream.
Mm.
And how are you, friendo? Doing good? Okay. Bellissimo. Okay, let's get back to Sigma Sector and be bored out of our skulls getting arcade tuning points. Because we need them.
Yes.
It's the unfortunate thing. I wish that we could get them elsewhere. It's kind of painful.
For the same amount.
For the same amount. That's right.
Like.
I know. No problem, Striker. Thanks for subscribing on my YouTube. But in case I call you Denise, all right, I'm just gonna call you Denise.
It's
just in
time
case.
to dance.
If I remember, I
This is
might call you
Hound
Jack.
Actual, reporting extreme concentrations of void energy.
And occasionally,
within the
I may call you
operation
Mr.
zone.
Hyde.
All units, please proceed at your own discretion, but do not exceed your limits.
Well, I'm glad you're that addicted to the game. Now, how come you haven't been watching me after 1K hours in the game, huh? You're only discovering my channel now? You're only discovering the best channel in the world now? So disappointing. Nah, welcome. Better late than never, right? Yo, Fluffy, I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat right now. Sigma Sector numbs my mind. That's why sometimes I like to put on my own music, you know?
Let's go.
But today, for some god-awful reason, SoundCloud decides that, hey, you know what? Let's go play some random music that's not yours. Could get in copyright trouble, so I was like, nope, gonna stop that. You've been watching me? That's creepy. I like it. Nah, I'm just kidding. Thank you for watching me. Appreciate it. Everybody gotta watch me with at least one eyeball. If you use 2 eyeballs, that's a bonus. But use 1 eyeball, that's good. Okay? Always keep 1 eye on me.
Descendant, we've confirmed a large-scale vulgar transfer.
Attack their deployment point, Arcane. Whee! Jump. I'm playing Mario. Paper Mario. Yes, Paper Mario.
Shields are offline. Charge.
You know what? That emoji works. See? 1 eye on me at all times.
You're next.
I don't know, Fluffy Bunnykins, but my father's going to hear about this. I'm gonna tell him. I'm telling him SoundCloud betrayed me today.
Be recharged. Charge.
I bet you it was Potter. Potter paid SoundCloud.
You're next. Take this. Let's go. You're next. Let's go.
You know what's funny? You can actually jump again while in Ajax's thing. It's kind of hilarious. So you can do this stupid thing, right?
Get ready.
Where you're in this phase and you jump again. Oh, I think you need a spare jump before you do that. Yeah, okay. That's interesting. Let me try.
This is the high point.
Oh, yeah, okay. So you can use it and get 1 more jump out of it. Whee! Yeah. Can use it to get some extra distance to reposition yourself. How do I feel about Ultimate Blair? I think he's going to be garbage, if you personally ask me. Not trying to dampen anyone's excitement, but look, normal Blair is such a slow farmer. Unless his Transcendent modules, like for Ultimate Blair, are going to be like super awesome, I don't foresee them changing the game much. I really, really want to like Ultimate Blair, but he needs something to make him farm fast. And right now, he just doesn't have that. Hey, listen, Fluffy, okay? That's how it is. That's how it is. If you're not dissing your friends constantly, are they really your friends? Ask yourself that.
Feel the vibe.
But yeah, I do hope that when Ultimate Blair drops, they seriously reconsider Blair's farming speed. I want him to at least be on par with Ajax, okay? Right now, he's slower than Ajax, which is ridiculous. He is literally a fiery guy. There's no way he's gonna be slower than old man AJJ.
Take this. Stop. Shields are offline. We cannot back down.
No. Okay, restarting. Am I enjoying Ajax since the chain? Help, nope. Nope, not at all. Not even in the least. But I'm still gonna build him anyway, because look, this is what people want. So if that's what people want, then they gotta give him what they want. But am I enjoying him? Hell no. I still find him clunkier. Like, I get he's meant to be a tank, but I want him to lean more into his tank role. You know, I think that he should be constantly restoring his own shields and things like that. Like, I feel Kyle actually does better at this. Because now with Overwhelming Shield, you can kind of go ham with Kyle. Like, you'll just never die. So I want him to lean more into his tankiness and be strengthened by that. At least that's my opinion on it. I do hope he's good, Denise. We'll see. I'm just gonna wait and see what they decide to do with Ultimate Blair. I just hope it won't be a disappointment, that's all.
It's time to dance.
This is
And I
HQ.
respect that,
Troops
Denise.
are
I
on the
respect that.
ground. Transport is en route
You know,
to
there's a lot of
standby
people that
position.
always give me the
Best of
excuse. They're
luck
like,
to
I
you.
work. You know, I'm not like you. You're jobless and playing games. Like, if only they knew, right, ladies and gents? If only they knew. If the mother only knew.
You're next.
But the point is, yeah, I respect anybody that works and plays. It's not easy. Like right now, I've got so many different projects on my plate. I'm dying. But it's okay, I like it. Give me the pain. Because the pain is the only thing that's going to help me make it at some point in my life.
Charge.
Kyle bombing run is pretty fun, not gonna lie. Hopefully I have time to sit down in Sigma Sector and really just mess around with Kylie boy. Work hard, play hard, stay hard.
Descendant, we've confirmed a large
said
scale
what I said.
bogus transfer.
Get a real feel for
Yes,
it.
Arcane, you may laugh. I get it. Remember the saying, ladies and gents, if you hard, then you hard.
I just don't know what this weird little
You're
blip
next.
is. Like, it causes me to miss one of my notes. It causes me
Let's
to
go.
consume MP.
You're next.
Which makes me run out of MP because of these weird little blips.
So the blips have
That didn't
returned.
happen. Yeah. They're nowhere near like they were,
Charge.
but it's caused me to miss the ability when I clearly clicked it.
That means it's definitely a frame rate issue.
You're next.
Must be something in your background causing it. Kind of like how in Monster Hunter Wilds, the optimization is so bad because of how much VRAM it takes up that like I had to disable some programs whenever I play
Let's go.
MH Wilds, or else I can't even play. Can't even stream it to you guys.
Change the beat.
You're next.
Fair enough, Denise. Nothing wrong with being a gamer girl. Enjoy yourself. It's the most important thing in life. Always enjoy yourself. If you're not enjoying yourself, then well, there you go. Life is all about enjoyment. And shameless self-promo for those of you that enjoy gaming, you should enjoy my music and game to my music. If you haven't heard it, right here's the links to both my YouTube music channel and SoundCloud. There you go. You have almost as much as a content creator, niece. Now that is crazy. I respect it. But I haven't been racking up the hours lately. I just do about 3-4 hours per day, except Mondays usually. Monday is usually a double day, like a double TFD day. So I go hard on Mondays, but other than that, yeah, most of the time I'm busy just doing other stuff. Like Monster Hunter.
I didn't want me in like this.
Let's go. Out of my way.
Ah, so that's why I'm taking longer. I understand now. This doesn't look good for me either, Arcane. Oh no!
Critical damage detected.
Getting out of there!
Get ready.
Jump!
Oh my god.
Jump for your life! Flee for your lives!
Let the show begin.
Stop.
Wow, you watch me when, you know, you're on your breaks to work. I appreciate that. Somebody cares about me. Woohoo! Finally, I count as a human being. This is great. I've been upgraded from an insect to a person. This is pretty good. Today was a good day. Yes, and yes. I say a lot of random shit throughout the day. That's what I do for life.
Mission complete. All units proceed.
Malevolent
to
is a
capital
fun gun, and I
location.
just realized I did
Great
not
work out there.
use the last perk, which I should have. Oh, god damn stiff neck. I did something I shouldn't have yesterday, and now I got a stiff neck. Ugh. Heading back to town, I gotta adjust my inversion reinforcer. Hey, listen, Chris, I appreciate the lurking, man. The lurking's good. Lurkers, at least if they leave the ads on, you know, or if they've got YouTube Premium, that helps feed my family. So thank you guys. Thank you to everybody who lurks. I like my lurkers, okay? The only lurkers I didn't like were the ones in StarCraft 2 when they would kill everything that I had. Freaking goddamn Zerg lurkers. Just walk over some terrain and you just go, and then they all kill you. Those were the days, weren't they? Lurkers are good. Very, very good. And you know what else you can lurk? My music! Ta-da! Okay, just joking. Let's go. Alright. Back in we go. Now, this should help me clear the boss fights a bit faster. Slow and steady. Painful. Painful. We are crawling our way up to the arcade tuning.
Painfully. Table flip.
Loved lurkers in StarCraft 2, Chris I. Yep. Just drop them in and start deleting your opponent's economy. God damn, I hated them so much.
All personnel. Void storm is intensifying.
Leveling is always fun in TFD. What? No. Leveling's a horrifying process. Have you seen how much fun I'm having? Zero. The only thing that's fun is talking to you guys. Jesus, look at this. This is so boring. I'd be playing my music, but I just want to overdo it, you know? Not until I get out more of my next album. So you guys have some variation. That's all good. As long as you guys have fun, that's what matters. Me having fun, irrelevant. Yep, RK is the pain. Oh, there once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was the Billy of Tea. The winds blew up, turbine up, down, soon may the man come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the time is done, we'll take our leave and go.
You're next.
No worries, Chris I. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate you, genuinely. Thank you very much for lurking. Oh, she'd not been to swim shore, and there on her right clear bore. Captain called all hands and swore he'd take that
We
way
needed to
with
purify the void energy.
I went the wrong way.
Prime the detonator with your RK, then hit the
Soon may
detonation
the
device.
wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the time is done, we'll take our leave and go. Da 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 da.
Need to be recharged.
I know, right, Denise? I too wish they would give us RK for everything, but oh well. There is no RK for everything. There's only suffer. How much you suffer, well, that's up to each individual, you know? Roll your boat gently downstream. Whack, merrily, life is very bang.
Get ready. Oh. You're next.
Get a real feel
way. Charge. Out of my way. Stop.
I feel amazing.
Tormentor and Dormantor. Ah, yes.
You're next.
Kill me.
Shields are offline. You're next. Out.
I feel amazing.
Shield.
Get a real feel for it.
Out. You're next.
Awesome.
Out of my way. Take this.
Change the beat.
Damn it.
Get a real feel for it.
Thank you.
Extraction from operation
Yes, he
zone
is, Denise.
initiated.
Yes, he is.
Good work, Descendant.
Again. Mission successful. Good job, Panda.
This is Hound Actual to all personnel. Void storm is intensifying. Conditions are unfavorable.
Soon I will be
Proceed
able
with
to
caution. Over.
readjust a couple things.
That's a specialized Vulgus aircraft. It can fly through void storms. Descendant, if you're gonna shoot it down, do it now. Hurry!
Ah, yes, I'm gonna shoot it down now. Rah. Clear.
Get ready.
I feel
Charge.
amazing.
Yeah. You're next. Take this. Reload. Yeah.
Feel the vibe.
Stop. Out of my way.
Let's pump it up.
What if I don't want to feel the vibe, Luna? What do I do then?
We're detecting arcane life signs inside a Vulgus structure.
Let's go. Stop. No chance. Let's go.
Awesome.
Reload.
No problem, Ziggs. Happy to help.
You're next.
This is the high point.
Charge.
See, that's why you don't play public, Denise. You only go private.
Let's go.
Because you play public, that means you gotta pick up everybody else's crap. Now me, I'm not much a fan of that. I only want to pick up crap from my own people. The cool kids, you know? If they ain't my people, then they ain't getting picked up.
Reload. Let's go.
Yes. 10 years ago, I used to pick up girls. Now I pick up nothing except my cookies when they drop on the floor. True.
Captain Elias, deploying arcade. I am the original.
10 years ago, I was living life. Now I'm just an old dirty bastard.
Charge!
And if anyone doesn't know, that's a reference to the rapper, obviously. Public is your favorite, Fluffy. Jesus, imagine playing with other people. When I see other people, I immediately break out into hives. Can you imagine, like, hanging around human beings? It's disgusting. I see a human, I'm just like, nah. Back in your box. Back in your box, okay?
Uh-oh. Trouble.
Back away!
I do not identify with humans. I only identify with elves.
Elves.
Yeah. The Santa's Workshop kind.
Oh, I'm getting in.
No.
In your face, Daya!
Be recharged!
Am I?
Operation completed. Awaiting transfer to transport position. Well
Sorry,
done,
what?
Descendant.
So finally another level.
Okay, wait. All life is pain. We just need to accept it. Still 18 meters. Why? Huh? Why is my range so high? What the hell? What did I do? Is it just because of the arcade tuning? It must be, but at the same time, what? I'm gonna restart that. Then we'll go back into 400%. Oh, do you need to catalyze? You're at 40.
Not yet. I've got to. I have a build right now from previously. I'm trying to see what I need to alter.
Okay, good sounds. Wait a second, just to make sure. Ah, yes. Okay, so it's because of the passive. That's right. The core farming has always been real.
Troops are on the ground. Transport is en route to standby position. Best of luck,
Yep.
Descendants.
Life is painful and very real.
Descendant, we've confirmed a large-scale Vulgus transfer. Attack their deployment point.
It's too real. The pain that I feel, you know it's too real. It's too real.
Get a real feel for it.
Alright. See you later, Brandon. Rest well. And Fluffy, I have no idea what a Keebler is.
Let's go!
That's some kind of Pokemon.
Now!
I can also tell you about it. It's actually a brand cookie.
Sorry, George, it's a brand of what?
The brand of cookie.
Oh, okay.
And
Brand of cookie, huh? Nice.
Descendant, the transport has dropped a wide-ranged shaping charge.
Man, why
on
y'all
the
gonna
ground.
make me hungry when I'm trying to lose weight?
We need it to purify the void energy. Prime the detonator with your RK, then hit the detonation device.
An elf, okay.
It does have an elf on it.
Back away!
No, sorry. The kind of elves that I like, okay, they are anti-human elves. In fact, they are anti-every other species elves. They call it the Eldar.
Oh, damn it.
Drop the beat.
For anyone that doesn't know, Warhammer 40k, every species in Warhammer 40k is absolutely xenophobic. So the Eldar call humans Mon Kai.
Get ready.
Obviously, you guys get the reference. But what I will say is that when the Eldar try and challenge a Space Marine, it's like looking at a gorilla running at you with a freaking rocket launcher. So it's pretty damn scary, even if primitive.
Yep.
I'm not American, Fluffy, so I have never heard of Keebler else. I mean, literally never heard of that brand here in Singapore. Here, if I want chocolate cookies, I go to NTUC, then I buy Chips Ahoy. Chips Ahoy, very nice brand. There are also other kinds of brand, like Bangawan Solo, sometimes you get. And there's also this one type of cookie, yeah. We Singaporeans like this cookie. It's called nasty cookie. I know. Why they call their cookies nasty cookie, but very nice. It's gourmet cookie, okay? Very, very nasty for your health. You eat already, you get diabetes straight away. Okay? Very, very unhealthy. But very Asian. Okay, and that's the kind of cookies that I'm familiar with.
This will be fun.
You're next. Yeah. Oh.
No.
This.
Okay, after this, I gotta go back to 400s.
Charge.
Back to the 400 Spartans.
Kill me.
Shield.
Change the beat.
Back away.
This will be fun.
Oh yeah, I never took a look at my inventory. Whoops. I know there'll be some in there that I gotta delete. Should probably do a little bit of that. But a housekeeping, right?
This is the high point.
1 Mario, 2 Mario, 3 Mario, Paper Mario, 4 Mario, 5 Mario, Wario. Okay, seriously, where'd he go? There he is.
He's annoying. I hate this boss.
He just likes flying around. Can't blame the guy, you know?
Damn it. Let's go.
Awesome. I feel amazing.
Wait, Panda Gaming, you say you my neighbor. Ah? You Malaysian, is it? You from MYR, is it?
Hound Actual to HQ. Mission complete. Requesting transport support.
Okay, wait, I gotta get rid of all this crap first. I'm looking for a very specific reactor. A very, very specific one. One with the power of life. Man, how much crap did I pick up? Jesus.
I picked up a lot.
Oh yeah.
I just wasn't even paying attention.
Yep, I'm getting rid of all of it now. Anything that isn't double gold roll is not getting kept. It's getting thrown on the ground. Because I'm not a part of the system. Okay, all clean. No! Ran out of time.
Yes.
Oh, it's okay. I'm going 400% next. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Okay.
My RK booster's already up, so it's fine.
Oh, look at you boosting RK. You booster.
I was only able to afford 3. I'm using them cautiously.
But thing is, imagine buying a booster at all. There are no need for boosters.
But I don't want to spend 5 years on it. It takes forever.
What? How dare you not spend 5 years on it? Father's going to hear about this.
You tell him. Yeah.
I will. Okay, I was gonna shove these reactors up in there for a second. No problem, Panda. Happy to deliver the good stuff. Okay, 400%. Let's go be 400% miserable. Off we go. Another level for Ajax. Slam another catalyst into him. It's going in there. Let's get there.
Let's go.
I think I'm gonna hop off.
Alright. You have a good night, pal. Get some rest. Thank you for hanging out, as always. Bye!
Are you ready?
You're next. Shields are offline. Let's go. Take this. Shields are down. They need to be recharged.
Off the top rope!
You're next. Stop. Back away. You're next. Get ready.
Bang. Bang.
You're next. Shields are offline. Stop. Let's go.
I feel amazing.
Jump.
Charge.
Jump. Jump.
Take this.
Get whacked.
Stop.
Get a real feel for it.
You're next.
Change the beat.
Let's go. Charge. No chance.
Having fun?
You're next. Back away. Let's go.
Whack. Whack.
Get ready. Let's go. No chance.
This is the high point. Nasty little.
Charge.
This will be fun.
And there we go. Bangarang. Okay. One more time. Yum yum. Why is it not restarting? I swear. Game. Game! Why are you like this? Game! I think we're stuck.
Are we stuck?
Yeah. Heading back to Albion. It won't even take us back to Albion. We're stuck! Okay, we have to reform the party. See you back in Albion. Exiting game.
Yep.
That's the first time that's happened. They fix one thing and break 10 others. These
Basically.
nerds.
Oh, that is a terrible color scheme. Oh my god.
Give me one quick second. There was an error there. Not sure why. Trying again. Could be because it's reset day. I hope not. All right, no problem, Fluffy. Catch you later. Ah, the game's finally started up again. Okay, there we go. And I think it was because of the reset. That's why, like, because the reset happened just when we finished it. So that was the case. See. I bet it's the Haven. It is the Haven. Okay, let's run that real quick.
It's time to dance.
Let's go.
This is the high point.
Shields are down. They need to be recharged.
No.
Out of the way. Charge!
I feel amazing.
Get ready. Back away.
This is the high point.
Let's go. Out of
Change the beat.
You're next. Back away. Stun. Out.
Oops, there's something behind there.
Oh my god.
Look at you not killing
He's
things.
all the way up top.
I got it. How could you miss one arcane?
This. You're next.
Let's pump it up.
Yeah, it's just a small hotfix today that's to do with basically, I think the disconnects. They were trying to fix that, so
Let's go.
This will be fun.
No chance. Charge.
Let's pump it up.
Damn.
Get a real feel for it.
Get ready.
Just a little.
Let's go. Back away. Stop. Oh. Get ready.
A new member has arrived.
Hey, Track. Good to see you, pal. How's it hanging? Thanks for dropping by. A little slower than most, but it's alright. Could be worse. Anyway, I hope things are going well. Let me get back out there.
What are we doing now?
1 second. Normally I wouldn't say this, but I just found out a member of the Robot Nation, or an old member who hasn't, honestly, he hasn't been a part of us for a long time, but I have recently found out that now, as you know, I don't normally just kick people, especially when they're going through stuff in life. If they tell me that they're going through something, I won't kick them, right? Obviously, because that's not what family does. But if I see that somebody is a part of our family, and because we do share a lot of ourselves in Discord, right? So if I see that somebody is in there, but deliberately just hanging around, and then, you know, they tell me they've got something going on, but they're elsewhere, and I can see them do that, I'll question them. This person has chosen to ignore, like, pretend offline, so right now, I'm just gonna quickly remove them real quick from our little family so that there's no problems there. No, not you, Track. Of course not. Besides, I'd tell you if it was. I always tell the person first. Like, I will not just randomly kick somebody. I'll actually go message them first, and I'll ask them, like, hey, you know, what's going on? But if they deliberately ignore me, or, you know, worse still, pretend that they're offline, then they will just get removed straight away. And there'll be a message for doing so anyway. And there we go. Also removed from friend list. Okay. Now Arcane, while he's finishing his dance, I'm gonna go and adjust my modules. There we go. Yeah, no, like, honestly, Track, and most people in the server would know, like, once you get in, there's usually very little chance that you get removed. Especially if you're having a situation, and I know you are. I'm not gonna do anything. But, you know, being treated like family comes with responsibilities. You know, if I say you're family, but you tell me that you're family, or, I treat you like family, and then you turn that on me, well, and you get caught, worse still, get caught hanging with the ops, then yeah. And then when I catch you and you don't come clean with me instantaneously, then
Are you ready?
okay.
Descendant, confirm arrival at the operation zone. Proceed with caution.
Especially because, like I said, a lot of folks in the Robot Nation, we know everybody's stories. We talk to each other, we're family. Tell each other things. So, you know, I don't feel that anybody should be a part of that space if they're not going to be 100% upfront.
Get a real feel for it.
You're next.
Let the show begin.
Charge.
This is the high point.
No chance.
Let's pump it up.
Let's go. Charge.
Wide-range shaping charge drop complete. Begin the void energy purification operation. Descendant, prime the detonator with your arcade. Then activate the remote detonation device.
Okay, onward we go.
Get ready. Charge.
Get a real feel for it.
Nah. Nothing important, just playing around with Ajax. I mean, look, he's not the fastest, but he's okay. He's actually okay. So, and a lot of people did want an Ajax farming and leveling build, so I may as well make this.
Take this. Shield. I'll stop them.
So nothing much is going on. Literally, I'm just jumping around, busting a couple of heads. That's about it. Walking to walls too while I scratch my nose. Yeah, I'm just trying to level up his arcade tuning. Like right now, I think I've got him where I want him. Way better than Blair. I'd say that because look, Ajax is just faster. Blair takes ages to use DOT and his little fireball. Like his fireball's cool and all, but it's not gonna actually help me, you know, clear the enemies. So not exactly the greatest thing. If like his fireball was so good that like it would instantly kill the enemies or whatever, then sure. But it spreads fire and the radius is smaller than like say Ajax's skill. Ajax's skill is going 18 meters, so all I have to do is just jump, smash, and then something will die.
Get a real feel for it.
Shields are down. They need to be recharged. Stop. Reload.
Kill me. Please.
Shield. Let's go. Shields are down. They need to be recharged.
I feel
Deploy max barrier.
Yep, like I love his damage buffs, don't get me wrong. I love how much they buff Blair's damage, but the problem is his speed. His casting speed is just slower. Like by the time I shoot out my orb or whatnot, you know, like Bunny's already cleared the room. So it's hard to keep up with that. Like I feel that if they're gonna make his big fireball such a thing, then they need to make it so that it's fast. And like as soon as I toss it, you know, I'm gonna dish out that damage. So it's a tough one. Balancing him out is gonna be difficult. Because I understand they want every character to be unique, but they have to pick. Either he's gonna be a bosser or he's gonna be a farmer. if he's a farmer, then he should not be worse at farming than Ajax. Like,
Mission
honest to
complete.
God, he really shouldn't
Transport
be.
inbound. See you soon.
Okay. I'm gonna switch to the other one so I can pick up the other 4,000 bonus for Ajax. If only Blair's casting animation wasn't that slow, it'd be alright.
Wait, what are you doing?
Going to the other area because there's 4,000 arcade points. It's a daily reset. You okay, Arcane?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just did Broken Boundary. Now I'm hitting Isolated Desert. So since it's the reset, I've got to hit one of each before I carry on. That way I can max out the arcade tuning points.
This is Hound Actual, reporting extreme concentrations of void energy within the operation zone.
Inside.
Oh no.
All units,
Oh no.
please proceed at your own discretion, but do
Oh,
not
fuck.
exceed your limits.
You'll be alright.
Back away. Shit.
Let's pump it up. Are you ready?
Down. You're next.
I feel amazing.
Charge. Out of here. Shit. Stop.
Wide-range shaping charge drop complete. Begin the void energy
Okay.
purification
Go
operation.
up top.
Descendant.
I'm going to
Prime
the
the
other side.
detonator with your arcade. Then activate the remote detonation device.
Shields are offline.
Having fun?
Oh, there's one guy in the corner. There we go. No!
Lol.
Okay, that's the way. That's the way. That's going right on TikTok. Yep.
I feel amazing.
Remember, this is how, okay, we do combat here, alright? I jump, and I fly off the map. This is what a real Ajax would do. Okay? If you're one of those, you know, proper Ajaxes that actually bothers dealing damage and shit, you know, real Ajax would fly off the map. Okay? That's what a real man would do.
No!
I didn't see it, so it's okay. Nobody saw it.
Nope, I didn't make. I actually caught the ledge.
Deploying RK.
There.
The original.
Original.
Right now.
Awesome.
Shields are offline. Damn it.
Those bastards.
Charge! Take this.
Yep.
Too little.
I bumped into you.
Lol.
Shield.
You dare bump into me?
Deploy max barrier.
Oh my.
It's all good. I bumped into her.
Mission complete. Transport inbound. See you soon.
I think Blair just needs better everything. He's just so Blair. Which project? So, yeah. Not the greatest. Not the greatest at all. If he was not like that, it would be fine. But he is. Since I do not need additionals, can I grab defense? Maybe. Might be able to come down here and grab some defense, actually. Might do that for AA of the Jack. Also, some extra MP recovery out of combat might be nice. We'll see. Alright, for now, back to Spell Beyond. I think I'll definitely get the MP recovery modifier, then go down all the way. Yes, Ajax indeed. A plus Jax. Jax plus A. Clank, 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 clank. Okay, we've had enough. We've had enough fun messing around. Let me see what happens if I use increase of power. How does that feel? Let me see how this feels without anything else, because then I can tell what my last mod should be. And also, what happens if I put... Difference is minimal. Okay. Worst case scenario, I could take this out anyway, in case I don't need it. But for now, I'll keep it in there. Or, better yet, I could just go... Acceptable. Now, y'all gotta give me a second. I gotta go call Kaz. So give me a moment. Hey, good morning. Did you sleep well? And finally back to our normal schedule, eh? So feels a lot better, yeah? Yeah. Well, I'm happy to hear that. Of course, I'm streaming now, but I still have to do the morning call no matter what. Right? Okay, well, listen. You have a great day at work, and I'm looking forward to hanging out with you after. Yes, we shall watch more of our Daredevil later. Okay? Yes. Alright. Thank you for hanging out with me in the evenings, and I can't wait to see you later. I'll see you later. You have a good day, dear. Okay? Bye. Look at you getting other messages. Bye. Okay. Bye. Okay, I'm back. Always got to do the morning call, ladies and gents. Never forget those you care about. Okay, let's kick butt. And yes, Ajax, well, depends on his skin, actually. I'm not so sure whether or not he has chicken legs. Let me go see what he looks like in a different armored skin. In the dark matter skin, if I'm not wrong, the dark matter skin, yeah, his legs look a bit more bulkier. But in reality, I guess it's just that particular skin. That was the ultimate bundle skin, if I'm not wrong. Because ultimate Ajax is... Let me see his baseline ultimate. His baseline ultimate also has, yeah, thicker legs. So whatever this is, I think it's just the way it looks from behind. Okay, back to kicking butt. But first, let me also get rid of this inventory before I forget. Otherwise, it's gonna end up filled again. Hello, going dark. I heard you going dark. What up, nerd? Hello, SBG. How's it going? Okay, heading out. Let's go acquire some more points. I'm doing good, just painfully, slowly leveling up Ajax's arcade tuning while chilling with Arcane. And when we say slow and painful, it is very slow and very painful. So we are in the suffering. We don't know why we are doing this to ourselves. All that we know is that we must do it. It is due.
Descendant, confirm arrival at the operation zone. Proceed with caution.
I'll catch up in a second.
Large-scale Vulgus transfer confirmed. Descendant, stop the enemy troop deployment.
Charge! You're next. No chance. Let's go.
Bang. Hello, OHR. Sorry, I was just checking back because sometimes they spawn behind.
Charge.
Listen, I'm glad you're enjoying that, alright? Just make sure you register me before making future purchases.
You need to be recharged.
Park Shark Ray, yeah, you can ask whatever questions you want. You're not finding any luck online or from anyone? Well, what's your question? You can always ask here. Thank you for being polite. But honestly, my stream is here for you to ask questions, so ask away. If I have a video out already that will explain it to you, I'll just direct you to the video. Otherwise, I'll try my best to answer your question. So what's your query?
Prime the detonator with
How
your
may we
arcade.
help? How may
Then
me and my
activate your
community
remote
help?
detonation device.
Charge! You're next. Get ready.
No problemo. The energy that people give me, I give them that same energy. You're polite to me, I'm polite to you, pal.
Charge!
Get a real feel for it.
He absolutely is going dark. He's the king. No! Bikini lady stole that from me. Let's roll, roll, roll my boat gently downstream. Merrily, merrily, merrily. Hurrah! Bang,
This is the high point.
Charge!
yeah, shut up, I'm a bus, boys. Yeah, shut up, I'm a bus, boys. We rowdy.
You're next. Take this.
Shut up, I'm a bus, boys. Bang, rang.
Let's go. No chance. Get ready. Take this.
Tell you what, you pay me going dark, and I'll say Winston every single time I smash, okay?
Feel the rhythm.
No chance.
I mean, if you want to grunt, that's cool, but I'd rather say Winston. Alright? Let's see how much you pay me. Then I'll think about how long I'll do it for.
Get ready.
Money talks, man. Money talks.
Let's go. Charge.
Show you the demo. No, that's not how it works, pal. You don't get no demo, alright? You put your money straight where your mouth is, man.
Having fun?
No money, no hablo inglés.
Oh my god.
You're next.
Them's the breaks, my broski.
Stop. Take this.
Nah, man. I mean, you gotta be real here, alright? I ain't no dancing monkey. So, you want extra, you gotta pay extra.
Let's go.
I ain't no dance monkey, dance monkey, dance monkey. Uh-oh.
Back away. Shields are offline.
I feel amazing.
Charge.
Whack. I am the whack
Mission
master.
complete. All units proceed to transport location. Great work out there.
Yes, great work out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 5 would become 12. So 12 more. I can actually afford that. That gives me a little bit of wiggle room. Great.
New super chat received.
That is not something I can help you with, Park Shark Ray. We don't deal with leaderboards here. If you're looking at leaderboards, you'll have to go elsewhere, man. Sorry. I really don't give a damn about leaderboards. Only way to do it would be like you'd have to get your ATOM shot to hit like right at the very second that he stops being immune. That's the only way that I can tell you to get a timing under that. But again, leaderboards are not something we deal with. Sorry. You'll have to find a leaderboard streamer, which I'm not. I'm just here for the average player. Welcome, Mr. O State. And going dark? Okay, you got it. Fine. let's say Winston every single time I jump. You ready? You're welcome. Like I said, leaderboards we don't care about because we find them pointless. So if you really want to chase leaderboards, you have to ask a streamer that deals with leaderboards.
Descendant, confirm arrival at the operation zone. Proceed with caution.
A specialized Vulgus aircraft has appeared over the operation zone. Blasted out of the sky.
Whoa. Winston. Winston. Yeah, you asked for it, right? There you go. Oh wait, crap, I'm supposed to shoot these damn things. I was jumping around happily killing these things and I was like, wait a second. That's not the objective. One sec. I will resume Winstoning when I actually have to jump on stuff. Oh, it ain't over yet. I'll do it for the whole damn match, but give me a second. That was not the objective there. Let's go even faster, shall we? Winston. Now, they used to do this every Winston, April Fools for Blizzard. So, for those of you that don't know the reference, Winston. Every single time that Winston would jump, he'd say, whoa, Winston.
No chance.
Whee! Winston.
Get ready.
Whee! Now let's add some variation. Whee! Whee! Where's the next enemy? There he is.
Arcane life signs detected inside a Vulgus
Whee! Smash. Whack.
Get ready.
Whack. Whee!
This.
To the other side. Off the top rope. Whee! Aw, that was already dealt with. Rude.
Low.
Let's go.
Whee! Winston. There you go. Whee! Winston.
Shields are offline.
That's one way to spice up the farming. Winston.
Let's go.
Winston.
Now.
Hey, Doc.
Go. We don't want a banana.
Stop.
Now. There's others. Okay. If you're going off the top rope, WWE style, then you gotta say, what you gonna do when the bot runs wild on you, brother? Okay, let's go. Going high, dropping it. Smash.
Deploying arcade. I am the original.
Okay, Neckbeard got smacked. Jump 1. Jump 2. Jump 3 and smack. Okay, where's Neckbeard? Come here.
Back away. Shields are offline.
You want to know what I do going dark? I just find out which are the best gaming keyboards, like based on those tech review sites, and I use one of those. I usually try and get ones that have listings, then I find ones, then I go and read other reviews about those keyboards. That's usually what I do.
All units proceed to transport location.
Because I do have to also say that I am not a tech channel, so technically speaking, I wouldn't be allowed to give tech advice here, and I shouldn't, because it's not the right thing to do. So yeah, you might be better off going to an actual tech channel. If somebody in chat does have a recommendation, they can give you one, but I would not give any tech recommendations because again, it's a whole professional thing. Okay. Again. What do I use? I'm not allowed to give tech advice. Here's the thing, right? I give tech advice, even the smallest thing, then people say, well, I bought this because you recommended to me. It all comes back to me. And as somebody that's not very tech savvy or things like that, look, I cannot give any advice outside of what I'm sponsored to do. And even if I was sponsored to do, I'd have to disclose to you that I'm sponsored by these particular people to give advice. Like if somebody asked me what kind of mic I use, I'd say I'm using the Shure MV6 and I received it as a part of a sponsorship thing, which is necessary to ensure that, you know, it's fair game. So sorry, man, I can't give you tech advice. No matter what recommendations I give or I have. The only thing I'm allowed to tell you guys is my graphics card, which everybody knows is an RTX 3080. So, again, you're better off asking a tech channel. It's a professional thing, dude. I start giving tech advice, then all it's going to take is a couple of, you know, Neanderthals to say, well, I got it off your recommendation, you know, and you can end up responsible for the wrong thing. That's why influencers often get in trouble when they say, oh, you know, I recommend this, I recommend that. Never give your recommendation without very, very clear testing and without being sponsored by the brand. Otherwise, it's a no-no. You gotta tread carefully in this day and age, because look, lots of people looking to make a quick buck off somebody. Don't protect yourself, you get in trouble. And since I need this to feed my family, I gotta be very careful. So my apologies. Like I said, I don't know much tech myself. If I need tech advice, I actually ask my people. I say, you know, hey, so I've been thinking about a recommendation for XYZ. Should I be getting this or should I be getting something else? You know, I ask my people directly. So yeah. I know, Ingwoods. I just can't do too much of it. I don't want people to get sick of it. But I will do sometimes do some stuff, you know. So tonight I'll have another jam session. The fastest way to level up Last Dagger, go to the Special Ops Defense mission. And make sure you put on a booster. You should usually get all 40 levels in one session. But yeah, thank you guys for enjoying my music. If anyone else wants to hear my music, just know that you can get it, listen to it free on SoundCloud and my YouTube channel. And you get all the early releases there. Like today I'm releasing another track, and tomorrow another track, and another track, and another track. So my music is building up. So if you guys want to be a part of it, now's the time, you know?
Let's go.
Winston.
Back away.
Whee! Winston. Flying high. Jump high and smack it down. Oh yeah. Winston.
No.
Whack.
I feel amazing.
And it's the yeet drop. Winston.
Oh.
Shields are down. They need to be recharged.
Going up for the yeet drop.
Let's
And another one.
Take this. Shields are offline.
And another one.
You're next. Out of juice. Deploy max barrier.
No.
Back away. Shields are down. They need to be recharged.
Nice.
Extraction
Yes,
from
more
operation
music is
zone
coming
initiated.
very, very soon,
Good work,
guys. Look
Descendant.
forward to it. Okay, I gotta get out of here and do a 400%. Whee!
Let me step out while you go. Run that 400 real quick, and then I'll be right back.
Okay. Actually, I've only got time for one more anyway. You are up late today, actually. I didn't realize the time.
That's because I may have took a 3-hour nap.
LOL. Weakness. But yes, I understand. So that's why you were late. But I understand, bro. I understand. Why? Because I'm a napper myself.
Yep. The
I
oldness.
was born to nap. Okay. You go ahead and step out. I will run this, get my last 2 levels, and then this evening I can do more. No problem, Going Dark. Thank you very much for the super chat. Alright. I will wee in your honor. I just realized how that sounds, but you get what I mean.
I'll be right back.
Time you take, pal. Catch you on the next one, which will be tonight anyway. Winston. And Winston. And Winston. Winston. Listen, Panda Gaming, we don't know when Serena's gonna get nerfed, so don't think too much about it. Just enjoy the characters and have fun. What's up, KT? How's KT Rolster doing? Anyway, Panda Gaming, nothing much we can do, alright? We just have to accept whatever the devs give us. No problem, Adam. No problem, enjoy. I'm only gonna be here for another 8 minutes, but that's okay. I appreciate you tuning in and listening. Winston.
You're next.
Winston. Winston. Churchill. Winston.
Get ready.
Winston. Oh yeah, this is doing well now.
Let's go.
Hate it when there's just one guy left.
Stop.
Winston.
No chance. Shields are down. They need to be recharged.
Shields down? They need to be recharged? No chance. Winston.
Shield. You're next. Then. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go. Monker.
Back away. Charge. Out.
Good night, Paul.
Shields are offline. No chance.
Jumping high.
Get ready. Whoa. Take this. Charge. Shields are down. They need to be recharged.
And of course, I'm very glad these devs do give an update, but ooh, that's what happens when the update's not great.
Shields are down. They need to be recharged. Loading. Out of my way. I'll stop them.
Three minutes 58. Not too great. Not too great. That's okay. Kind of understood the plan. Alright, one more time. We're just gonna quickly clear it. And then I will head off for today. But I'll be back in the evening, so please do enjoy.
You're next. Sheep.
Ah, you are back.
No chance. Charge.
Winston.
Roar. Get ready. Damn. Shields are down.
Goomba Stomp.
Recharged.
Goomba Stomp. Goomba Stomp.
Sheep. Charge. Damn it. Shields are offline. Shields are down. They need to be recharged. Get ready.
I'm playing some kind of leap quick barbarian from Diablo 4.
No chance. Let's go. Whoa. Get ready.
If only they could make Ajax a whirlwind barb instead.
Back away. Damn it.
Flying high. Bang.
Shields are offline.
Bang.
Let's go.
Bang.
Charge.
Right. A whirlwind barb would be nice.
Damn it.
I'm sure everybody would love a whirlwind barb.
Take this.
I kind of want to spin. We are lacking. You know what this game lacks? A character that spins to win.
Out.
We don't have a character that can spin. We need one. Spin to win is everybody's favorite playstyle. You know, just go around spinning through the entire map.
You're next. Damn it. Stop. Out of my way.
Whack.
Out. You're next. Take this. Sheep. Shields are down. They need to be recharged.
And level 40, yay! I swear I should just name this like Leap Quake Barbarian. You know, I'm actually gonna do that in my presets. Hold on. Save my current settings. I'll rename this. D4 Leap Quake Barb. Oh no! There's a banned word included. Damn. Does that work? What? Which word is but? Okay, wait. Can I just call it Leap Quake? Okay, so there's a banned word in Leap and Quake. Lol. Okay, let's see if D4 Barb works. Okay, D4 Barb. Okay. Is Leap banned? Nope, Leap is not banned, so Quake is banned. LOL. There you go. D4 Leap Barb. This my that's what my Ajax build deserves to be called.
LOL.
But he is, it's what he does. Nah, jump and grapple's okay. That one's just practice, have to be honest with you. Terrain is only a problem for Ines, and even then, you just have to be aware of like which terrain is sloping. As long as the terrain is non-sloping, you should be okay. Should being the key word, of course. Okay, ladies and gents, that does bring me to the end for now. That being said, more to come this evening. We are actually almost done with my awesome Slage Axe. Couple more spots that he needs, but he's getting there, he's getting there.
Oh, the special human child. What do you need?
What do I need? It's very simple. You should make me 500 of these, and yes, the money's gone. Alright, that's good. Thank you all very much for joining me today. It's been another fab stream. Despite the fact the player numbers are down, it's good to see people still tuning in to the best stream right here. Alright? Catch y'all later tonight.